Did you do the terminal montage thing where like the Mega Blast?
Yeah.
Yeah, that like made me laugh way too hard.
Happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome to the Wooper Watch. It's me, Mr. Gengar, and I'm here with my co-host.
Yo, what's up, me sign? You already know that. Yeah, Wooper Watch time, baby. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, all that stuff. My mind's like
It is
weird
one heck
right
of a
now.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like, I got my finals right now. I got all this stuff going on, but I'm still here. We're gonna make this podcast happen.
Yeah, no, same here. Dude, my life's been horrible. I mentioned to you already, but I feel like I should let you guys know too because you know I feel comfortable sharing my life with you guys here. But I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed next week, so my life has been so hectic these past few weeks. Like, I feel like not the Griswolds. It's like that Home Alone family.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. You know, the best Christmas movie ever.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie. That's not the one I was thinking of. It was the Home Alone movie where like the family's like running around frantically. That's me right now for this next week.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
That's literally me for this next week. Because, oh my god, I am cramming in so many videos and it's horrible. I hate everything. Please just watch them. Like, that's, if I could ask for anything for Christmas for those of you who are watching my channel, please watch those videos because those are being crammed in so hard. And poor JP is going to be working on most of them. So please watch them for me in my time of suffering.
You know what? Listen, if Navas can get monetized in like a singular year, we can do it too. We can do this.
We can
you and
do
me,
it.
buddy. You and me. We can do this.
We can do it. I mean, I don't know how far you are, but I'm close.
I'm not as far, but I'm putting in the freaking work this summer. I told myself that last summer, but I'm going to make it work.
No, yeah, I mean, I just push yourself a little bit. Like, you're halfway there, I believe.
Yeah, I'm halfway there right now. I gotta get my averages up per month, and I think once I start hitting around, like, 350 per month, that should be enough to push me over.
Perfect. Yeah, I mentioned the YouTuber podcast, but I'm starting to lose some of my videos that, like, were, the big heavy hitters. So now I gotta, like, get some more videos with bigger views, so this sucks.
Alright, enough of this sad sap about how crazies our life are. Let's just move on to the news, right?
Yeah, ooh.
Alright, so Splatoon got a massive update.
Have you played it yet?
So, new season, new weapons, new maps, and I have not even touched it. I've been so busy with Pokemon.
Oh, man. I mean, you're close to finishing, so it's okay. But yeah, you know what? I can explain it for you because I have been playing Splatoon. So yeah, 2.0 out here. Pretty cool. The new weapons, the one new stage. Believe it or not, Flounder Heights isn't as bad as we all thought it was. It still is pretty big. Yeah, I know. The images kind of like don't do it justice. I will say it still looks really weird, but like it's not as bad as I thought it was. Like playing it does not feel that drastically different, so that's good.
You know what? Honestly, it could be worse. It could literally just be like even smaller, which I know they downsized it a lot, but it could be worse.
It definitely could be worse. But, you know, we take those. And then the other stage, I don't know if you saw this clip on Twitter, but somebody was, like, playing Splat Zones on the stage. And, like, they got the Splat Zone within, like, 8 seconds of the match starting up. And, like...
8 seconds?
Yeah, 8 seconds.
That's insane, honestly. How do you even do that?
Yeah, this stage kind of looks pretty stupid, but I don't know. I haven't played enough of it to know. But I just saw that clip and I was like, no way.
That is ridiculous, frankly. And now I'm suddenly excited. I want to go play Splatoon now.
Later.
Although I did hear the new weapon kits were not great, as far as I can tell. Like, some of them were right, but some of them were not great at all.
My main from the previous game came back, the Dapple Dualies Nuevu.
Ooh, did they butcher it or did they keep it good?
Yeah, I was a little annoyed with the kit, and then I started using it. I'm not too annoyed. I kind of hate the Reef Shark. Like, it's... Or not the Reef Slider? Yeah, that's what it's called.
Reef Slider, yeah, it's Reef Slider.
It's, I mean, like, if you like it, that's cool. I don't like it. I feel like it puts me in a vulnerable position that I just can't act out of sometimes. But I do like the Torpedo. I thought I would hate the Torpedo sub, but the Torpedo sub is, I like it. I think it's fun.
I still don't like it. I've tried it. I've tried it so much. And it does kind of function, but it's not as nice as I wish it was.
It feels weird. I will agree with that. But like obviously you want to like you can't like use it in the middle of a fight. You have to like use it as like a projectile, like you're like camping somewhere and you're just throwing it out. Because like when it does hit an opponent, it will like I don't know if it needs to hit an opponent, but it does need to hit something. And once it hits, it'll like splatter into like multiple like pieces and then do like little
That I do know. That I do know.
Okay. Because I didn't know that. And I was like, "Oh!" And I was like wondering why I was getting so many kills with it. I was so confused.
Yeah, I could never really figure out how to use it effectively. Like, do I throw it in the air so it homes down on somebody? Do I just kind of chuck it and see if it picks out somebody from a crowd? I couldn't really figure it out much.
You definitely need to throw it in the air because it definitely, yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay, that makes sense enough.
You definitely need it in the air because you definitely need to get it, have it with a wider range. But anyway, aside from like new weapons and all that, Big Run event is coming. It is starting on the 9th. Wahoo World is gonna get freaking overran by salmonids.
Honestly, I can live with it. I can live with it.
Oh man!
The thing is, listen, I actually like Wahoo World as a map. But the thing is that I feel like it specifically would be fun for Salmon Run, so I might check it out if I have time.
Oh, I agree. I just thought that you meant that like you hated like Wahoo World. And just be like, yes, kill it.
Yes, destroy Wahoo World. Destroy Counterfeit Inkling Disney. Go, 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 go.
I know some people who do hate the map, and I do hate like the part of the like middle of the map that like those platforms that like go in and out of the center of the map. That part's annoying, but otherwise I like the map a lot. It's one of my favorites from Splatoon 2. So yeah, I would be sad if it got destroyed. But yeah, no, the big run's taking place on there. It's pretty cool. I have no idea how it's gonna work. I do know that if you get the most eggs in a match or whatever, there was like something where if like you do a lot of sharking, you'll basically get like rewards for your locker or whatever.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, they're promoting sharking, and so they want you to get a bunch of eggs. So yeah,
works for me.
We gotta play that. I can play a little bit of that before my wisdom teeth, so I'm happy.
Trust me, when you get your wisdom teeth out, you're actually gonna want to play video games. Trust me, you can't talk, so you're gonna have to make the best out of it.
I already want to play video games. What is that gonna like increase that? Like,
now the difference is that like the thing is, I went into my wisdom teeth thinking that I'd be able to make something out of it. I did not make anything out of it. I just sat in bed playing like Mario Maker or something all day. So
nice. Building a goddamn level while like just dead.
I don't think I think it was just playing levels. I don't think it was releasing anything.
Okay, I was gonna say your brain would not be there to like start making levels.
Trust me, I already built like a 40 level game in there. I can take a break from Mario. I'm good on that.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next news. I'm assuming you didn't watch this because spoilers, but Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer dropped. Pretty cool. Surprisingly, I actually didn't share that much, aside from the fact that like Gamora was alive. I mentioned that because one of my coworkers at work, I don't know if they watch this podcast, but like they mentioned that like, oh yeah, Gamora's dead. She went back to her own time. I'm like, no, she didn't. And now this trailer came out. I'm like, see, and I'm like pointing. I'm like soy jacking. I'm like, see, she's right there. She's there. And I'm like,
the thing is, when it comes to the Guardians, that I freaking love the Guardians. They're easily like the funniest characters in the MCU.
mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of on the fence. It's like MCU stuff has been going downhill lately. Like somehow the new Ant-Man trailer, I saw it in theaters when I went to go watch that Evangelion movie because a friend invited me last minute, and I was like, man, this just kind of looks all right.
Yeah.
I'm not really digging this.
Guardians
so
trailer.
I really hope Guardians is good because I did watch the Christmas special trailer. That looked funny.
Yeah, I need to watch the Christmas special, but yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer. It looked all right. I agree with you. Marvel's going downhill and all that, and I'm gonna be honest. Like Guardians 3 is like my last like bit of hope for the franchise. Like if this movie isn't good, then I'm probably not gonna like devote myself to Marvel as much as I used to because. Like Guardians is like one of my favorite franchises like in like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and like I love Guardians 1 and 2. So if this one flops, and it's still directed by James Gunn, so I feel like there's no reason why it shouldn't like.
Well, there is hope then. There is hope.
Yeah, no, James Gunn's still doing it, so like I'm praying that it's still good.
All right, yeah. So honestly, Guardians has not let me down before, and I hope they don't let me down at all. So. Here's hoping for the best.
I do have faith. Despite what Marvel's going through, I still have faith.
So also the Pokemon anime, is it doing like the Masters 8 Fallout right now, I'm assuming, or is it like still Project Mew stuff?
Project Mew, it actually just finished up, and I did watch the episode last night. I'm glad we delayed recording this episode because I actually got to watch it real quick so I could actually tell you what happened. Basically, the Groudon Kyogre was Mew. No surprise there.
Figures.
It was so weird because it was apparently because they were both Mew. Like they both like were started like charging together, and then they like formed back in together, and then it just became Mew. So I don't know how the fuck that makes any sense, but yeah, it became Mew. Then they started like going to this like crystal place. By the way, the music during this episode was so crazy. I loved it. It was probably my favorite part of this episode. But like, yeah, Mew starts like playing around, killing everybody's Pokemon, doing some dancing on some crystals and all that. It was weird. Honestly, it was at like 4 a.m, so I don't remember entirely what happened. But yeah, then Go is like he's like, oh my god, how do I get this Mew to calm down? And he's just like, Satoshi, I remember. he's just calling out to me. He's like, thank you, Mew, thank you. And while Mew is like trying to do a hyper beam on him, and then like Mew is like last second, she's like, and then he stops it, and then I'm pretty sure you saw the thing on Twitter, but like then Go's just like, next time I'll find Mew again, and then he puts his palm out, and Mew's just sitting there, and then he just disappears and runs away, and yeah, that's Project Mew.
I don't know why, but I was expecting you to say like he pulls out a Snickers bar and he's like, please calm down. You're not Mew when you're hungry.
Yeah, let me just give a Mew trying to use Hyper Beam on me a Snickers bar. Let's see how well that works.
Hey, buddy, you like Puffins? You like Pokeblocks? I got some in my bag. Please don't kill me.
Please don't kill me. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just Project Mew episode. There's not much to go crazy about. We did see Fuecoco in the anime. Team Rocket trying to catch Fuecoco. Yeah, I'm assuming next week we're gonna see Sprigatito, so that will be interesting.
Well,
yeah.
The inevitable will arrive.
Yep, the inevitable. But the next episode should be huge because I think that's the I Choose You episode. So whatever happens is gonna be big next week. I think. Methinks
indeed. I hope.
Anyway, moving on. This is gonna be our last bit of news today, and that's only because this news is kind of big. Like there's a lot to talk about. So that Fortnite event. You know, Mystic, I was like bothering you during your stream last night. I was like, hey, you should join the Fortnite event, you know, because it's a one-time thing. Like, you know, it's a one-time thing.
Okay,
yeah.
In all fairness. Listen. In all fairness, I did watch your reaction video on my drive home from work.
Aw,
I did watch that.
Thank you. No, but yeah, nothing really significant happened aside from like the ending. Like, it's so stupid because like the Herald just did his thing. You know, we didn't get to fight her or anything. It just cuts to like the freaking like tree. We're just on top of the reality tree. We're fighting her, and she's just like chroming the entire thing up, and then explodes the island. And that's like within the first 2 minutes of the event starting. I'm like, okay.
Well,
and
everyone's dead. Congrats.
Everyone's dead, yeah. It's so weird. Okay, so, like, before I talk about this next part, like, we saw the files, right? Like, I look into the leaks sometimes, right? This event was said to be 40 minutes long. When I saw that, I was like, okay.
What?
Yeah, no. I saw
No
that,
way.
and I was just like, no, that's just the pre-event, right? That's just, like, the loading thing. Like, you could, like, get into the game 40 minutes early. No, the whole thing was 40 minutes long. You spent 40 minutes doing fucking quests, trying to get the 0 point to, like, you know, get the 0 point fractures to like, you know, get it back up and running or something. It was so stupid. They made us do like creative quests in a Fortnite event. It was so stupid.
Oh my god, ew. God, that sounds no.
Oh my god, it was so horrible. Like, I had fun, don't get me wrong. Like, you saw the reaction. I was having fun. Like, I'm not saying I didn't like the event, because I had fun. The references were there, like the nostalgia boner. It was there.
Mr. Beast!
Mr. Beast! I'll get there. Give me a second. But, like, the references and all that were there. It's just, like, man, if we're comparing this to, like, every other single event in history, goodness gracious.
Well, at least they tried.
They tried. You know what? Like, I will give them props. Like, they tried something different. It failed tremendously, but you know what? They tried something different, and I will commend them for that. Just please don't ever do that again, and please don't ever have a 40-minute event.
Yeah, honestly, listen, I'm fine without the 40-minute thing. Thank you. I can live missing that.
Yeah, no, if you had to miss an event, this was definitely the event to miss. So, you know what? Yeah, good on you, I guess.
I'd much rather finish Starfall 3 and Path of Legends. Thank you.
Anyway, for the part that I know you want to talk about, okay, so the paradigm is just like, I've done all I can, take me world, and the 0 point like grabs like the snow biome or whatever, and then we see some of the craziest shit of all time. We see the Doomslayer fighting a Caco demon. We
Dude,
see
okay,
All Might
real quick,
pickaxe.
I just gotta cut you off. I gotta cut you off. They did Doomslayer so good. They genuinely did. I saw the items. I saw the wallpaper. He looks perfect, like exactly what the Fortnite conversion would look like, and I mean it as a compliment.
I mean, they never fail with the collabs. I'm gonna be real. They never fail to make them like look good and like bring everything from their home series.
Like, it's genuinely tempting. I haven't played Doom like a lot. I tried a bit of Eternal, didn't really dig it. But the thing is like, they did him so good that it's actually got me tempted to buy the pass just to get Doomslayer.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the original Doom last night because I was bored. But yeah, no, it looks perfect. It's so good. But yeah, you see Doom, you see All Might's pickaxe or whatever, which was revealed that Deku was coming to the game from My Hero. Boo! Sorry.
Okay, no. I this time I'm gonna give it a pass specifically because that mythic thing they showed in the trailer looks so fun.
Yeah, his Delaware Smash. Yeah, I like it. Like, because I watched the edit. Well, I mean, you watched it too. What am I saying? But like, yeah, it does the little like all for one thing, or yeah, one for all. Sorry, one for all. It does the one for all like animation thing before he does it. It's so cool.
Absolutely
really nice
praying it
reference.
knocks out like half your health to get rid of your finger.
It has to damage you, or else it's not canon. Like,
Obviously, gosh.
Yeah. No, but yeah, we saw that. We saw the Hulk on a motorcycle. The Witcher guy. I haven't played The Witcher. Mr. Beast!
Beast!
God, the memes, dude. The freaking memes that came out of that, I love it. Mr. Beast! And like,
Everyone
dude,
just freaking out over him.
I swear to God, if he doesn't make a video, be like, I made 100 people play Fortnite to win my skin or something like that. Like, I swear, if he doesn't do that, I'm gonna be so angry.
It's probably gonna be some new video that just ends with him getting sucked into the 0 point, and then just, oh, it's a collab available now. That's literally just the sponsor for the video.
Yeah.
That's it. Go home.
Dude, it's so funny because he posted a video the other day, like right after the event, and like the half the comments are just like, does he know?
Okay, that's pretty good.
I feel so bad because it's like kids versus adults or whatever, and like the most people who like it's like these giant like containers, and whoever has the most amount of people in their container wins like $100 million or something. That's a little too much. I
Wow.
don't remember how much that was. But yeah, no, I feel so bad because I watched the video. It was a really good video, but all the comments are just, does he know?
Does he know? Does he know?
He obviously knows, but does he know?
But does he know?
But does he know?
But does he really know?
But yeah, no. All right, we've talked about Mr. Beast enough. But yeah, no. Yeah. Before we get off topic completely. But yeah, no. The whole island gets like reforged what am I saying? It gets reforged into a brand new Chapter 4 map. The Chapter 4 trailer looked awesome. I played some of it last night. What are your thoughts? Since I've been talking forever.
Okay, I played a single game and got a victory royale on it with the people on my Discord server. I will say, a lot of this feels so much better than the previous couple chapters. Oh my god. I did not find a grapple gun, but the fact that you can vault yourself with that hammer makes up for it entirely. It's so fun to use. Like, I'm a sucker. Give me big melee weapon and I will love it. But here's the thing, it's like, it felt genuinely fun. Like, they keep pushing more and more into the movement, taking what worked from the build mode, and then pushing it into no build and adding more stuff that you can actually, like, move around with, and I love that. That's my type of game design. I love it.
Definitely. And also, like, they updated the engine of it, so it looks so freaking good. It's so pretty. And, like, I was booting up on my PC. And every other time I boot up okay, I need to stop saying that because then I'm going to say the song. No, but every time I play Fortnite on my PC, it, like, overheats the shit out of it. So I boot up this season. It looks better in almost every single way. My PC's running it just fine, and I do not understand how. And
yeah, the thing is, I basically switched to just playing on PS5 so I can reliably stream it. The thing is, I was like, the game looks a lot better. I did not know there was an engine switch, but I could generally tell, like, this just looks way better. What did they change here?
I think it's Unreal Engine 5. I might be wrong.
I heard somebody say it was, like, some 5.1 thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's the first update to it.
But yeah, no, it's freaking gorgeous. The transition was perfect. Like, this is probably like one of the best looking games like I've seen in a while for a free to play game. Like, oh my god,
Incredible
it's
the
so
upgrade.
gorgeous. I can't believe it. But yeah, no, I was playing for a bit. Usually I get a win on my first game. I was like recording last night doing the video for it. Holy fucking shit, dude. So many sweaty people were on Fortnite that day. It was horrible. I was playing for 4 hours trying to get a win. It was miserable.
First day of the season, you can't really be shocked when, like, a bunch of people hop on, like, oh, whoop-de-doo, it's the new season. Of course everybody's playing.
I know. It was so annoying because that's like tradition. I need to get a win on the first match, and I just couldn't.
Yeah, like, my Discord server pretty much hard carried me. I was kind of doing my own thing most of the game until the end where, like, there's somebody literally about to snipe all of them in one go. Guess who was behind them with the hammer? That was me. That was all me. That was me. I did a thing.
Yeah, no, the hammer is really cool. I don't know why they made it so common. I wouldn't say it's OP, but like it's definitely like, yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't break through builds, and that kind of like messed with my head for a while. But yeah, it doesn't break through builds, but it breaks through structures.
I think that's a good way to keep it balanced.
Yeah, that's why you don't have the competitive community complaining. As long as you don't touch their builds, they're cool with it.
I will say that how do I put this? Like, I really like the hammer, and I love that it flings around, but I've noticed that there's a lot of things that can knock you back. Like, I found shockwave grenades in a house. I got hit with some bow that, like, surrounds you and then launches you, like some freaking, like, grab in a fighting game.
Shockwave bow, yeah. Dude, it's so weird. They brought back the bows from Chapter 2, Season 6, just randomly, and I have no idea why.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to see how that pans out.
It's like the stink bow, explosive bow, shockwave bow, and flame bow. I think that's all of them.
I do wonder if we're going to see more items that, like, send you flying away again, which, I mean, would make things more dynamic. I'll definitely give them that.
They vaulted the shockwave grenades, though, so that's interesting. And then they brought back proximity grenades instead, so that's interesting.
Those sure are choices.
Definitely choices. Oh, and yeah, dude, I can't believe I didn't mention this part. Dude, the augment system, it's so cool. There's one problem I have with it, though. One problem. Everything about it is perfect. I love it. Everything about it. There's this one perk. If you play the game long enough, there's this one perk that lets you get the combat shotgun and the tactical AR. I don't know if you've ever played with those weapons.
Whoa, what? The loot pool is, like, overridden by the perks? I mean, I got one that gave me, like, a chug splash in every chest, but, like...
No, that's a different thing. No, like tactical AR, that's okay. But like combat shotgun is one of the most broken shotguns in the game. And for some reason it's tied to an augment that you could just get randomly.
So it's RNG to get the best weapon in the game.
Yes.
That is remarkably stupid.
Exactly. The augment system is like perfect. I wanted to mention that to you because I like discovered that last night. And I was like so pissed when I found out. I was like, you had a great system going on here. And you tied a OP shotgun to an augment. Are you kidding me? Because you cannot get the shotgun anywhere else.
Like, I suck with bows and it kept giving me like perks to use bows. And I'm like, I don't want to use the bows.
Yeah.
I really don't.
You have to re-roll and spin bars, which gets annoying after a while.
Oh, no, I was just finishing up. But yeah, you want to just move on to the main topic for the episode?
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so obviously we mentioned already at the beginning of the thing, but like, yeah, we're busy. We're really busy.
We need a simplistic topic this week, which is why we're going to do a starter tier list.
Pokemon
starters, because... Oh, wait. Last chance to click off for Scarlet and Violet spoilers. Last chance.
Oh, yeah, before I scroll down... Actually, oh, shit. He's already there. Cover it up.
Wait, is the Wooper covering it?
No.
Oh, wait.
Whatever. All right, whatever. Too late. You clicked on this video. Whatever. There they are.
That's on you.
But no, yeah, like, next week's episode's going to be a lot bigger, so, yeah, no. Apologies for doing a tier list, like, back-to-back. Well, not back-to-back, but...
I got a lot of positive feedback on the last one, so... Yeah, we'll be fine.
I enjoyed doing tier lists, but, like, yeah, we obviously got to mix it up a little bit. But
you know what? We promise this will not be, like, an extremely consistent thing. It's just going to be a thing we need to do if we need a light episode this week.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Are we ready to just start? Like, I don't know. Should we make some rules? Well, no, there's no rules. It's a tier list.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tier list. There's not much rules you can add. Okay, so here's the new plan. We're completely changing the tiering. We're going to sort them to fire, water, and grass, and then we're going to put Rillaboom in water just to mess with people.
Oh, perfect. He's a water type now. I mean, Grassy Glide might as well just be a water move.
I mean, yeah, I know, right? We'll just Terrastalize in water. He doesn't need the extra stab. He'll be fine.
He lost the move in Gen 9, but you know what?
Oh,
Whatever.
he did? Oh, wow, man. Okay.
Dude, he got nerfed so hard he lost high horsepower, knockoff, and Grassy Glide. Poor guy.
When I got Ice Spinner in the game that was like, you could remove terrains, I was like, oh, okay, they specifically made this to counter Rillaboom.
No.
But they took my guy's good move, so what was the point?
He has nothing now. He's gone.
Because the whole point was that Grassy Glide was specifically good in terrain.
He has nothing.
Why did you
now.
take that away from him and make a counter move?
He has nothing now. Anyway, we'll get back to Rillaboom in a second, though. We got to start this tier list. All right. Here we go. Venusaur.
The curious case of the Kanto starters. Here's the thing. Venusaur is my favorite, but kind of by default. Because here's the thing. It used to be Charizard. But the thing is that Charizard has gotten so overused that I've completely gone tired of the Zard that I almost want to get him out of the way first. So what's your opinion on Zard?
Well, okay, we were going to do Venusaur first. But okay.
I think we should handle Zard now because it's like the elephant in the room.
Okay. We'll do Zard then. So, okay. There's two ways to tackle this. We can look at this in an objective sense. And if we're looking at this in an objective sense, I would say an A tier or S tier. Objectively. All right? If we're going by personal opinion here, I'm willing to put this thing in C because I'm so annoyed of seeing it.
Agreed. I think Charizard is a solid A tier. It's not too complex, but it's just enough that it's like, okay, yeah, I can see why anybody would pick this.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they've oversaturated and redone it so much that I can't put it higher than C.
I feel like that, like, yeah, we have to mix it with objectiveness. Because, like, we can hate this thing all we want, but it is a good starter Pokemon. Like, it is badass. I'm not going to be the one to be like, oh, no, Charizard sucks. It doesn't suck. There's a reason it's being promoted, but, like, I'm not a fan of it. So I guess, actually, let's do B tier. B tier's like right in the middle.
I think we should keep it in C, but I guess we can keep it in B. Because the thing is, as much as I love Zard, it kind of came into a problem that, like, Tapu Koko had for a bit. Where it's like, they're shoving him in every frickin' TCG set that I can't take it anymore. Like, oh, it's Brilliant Star, it's Shining Fates. It's like every set has a Charizard in it now that ramps up the price of the entire set. And now it's like, even in the games, it's like Zard is the only returning Pokemon from out of the original 3 stars to be in Scarlet and Violet. What's the point? I genuinely am so annoyed with him. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, I feel you there. I mean, yeah, like, dude, the Masters 8 having 2 freaking Charizards, dude, on the promo image, that, like, made me laugh way too hard. Like, I'm tired of seeing this guy, man. He's in a freaking raid. It's Scarlet and Violet, man. And we're only, like, 2 weeks in. God.
Just put the dragon on ice for the next 2 gens, please. Thank you.
Seriously. All right, Venusaur. Now we can look at Venusaur on its own.
Yes. And now I think I could warrant putting in an A tier, but I feel like B tier also suits it because I really do enjoy Venusaur. I like it a lot.
I think it's also B tier for me as well. I prefer Ivysaur, and that's just purely because of Smash. Like, I think Ivysaur is more solid. Venusaur just looks like it could barely do anything, while Ivysaur looks like a bit more mobile.
I mean, that's because Venusaur's a frog, and they've barely ever shown it jumping. So, yeah.
I think I could agree with B tier, like, right below Charizard. As for Blastoise, I'm willing to put him in A.
I think Blastoise deserves A. While I do prefer using Venusaur better, because I do like his, like, Leech Seed and stuff, and Solar Beam and all that.
Oh, you're a stally guy.
Yeah,
you like to stall.
That's what grass starters do a lot of the time. But the thing is, though, is, like, the cannons on Blastoise's back are sick. Like, I've always loved that motif, and I kind of wish they had stuff like that on more Pokemon.
They're always badass. Yeah. I think A tier. Like, we could agree Blastoise A tier.
Yeah.
And we're going through this fast, but don't worry, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll put him in A tier. We'll put him in A.
All right, cool. Okay, this might get divisive.
Oh God, Meganium.
This might get divisive. D tier.
I was gonna say I do like the design. I really do. I think that Meganium is like a really cool looking starter. I love how, like, the flower thing, how it's like the stem coming out the top. And also in new Pokemon Snap, it was just really cool seeing a giant one. But objectively, it is the worst starter to choose on your playthrough. No matter which version of Gen 2 or whatever game you're picking, it's not good enough.
It's like the worst to use. I would argue the worst looking on this list. Like, look, I'm sorry. This is another one of those, like, the mid stage is better. Bayleaf solos. That is the only thing carrying this line.
Nah, I still think Bayleaf is, like, the same level. I mean, I think it looks a touch better, but that's probably because anime bias.
Well, yeah, no, it's anime bias purely. But, like, also, it's just, like, Bayleaf, like, looks more fun. Like, Meganium is just, like, it literally looks like an Alolan Tropius, if I'm being honest. Like,
Not really at all, I guess, outside of the neck, but I guess we gotta put it in D. I can't really rank it higher than that.
If we're gonna rank anything in D, it's gonna be this thing, and probably Delphox, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay, Typhlosion. Now, get Hisui, because we do have Hisui on here. Just Typhlosion on its own.
I gotta say, it's A tier or S tier.
I don't think I could put it in S tier. Like, Sarah's, like, I'm not saying it looks like Charizard. It has the Charizard stats. This is literally right after Charizard. Like, they decided to, like, make this thing literally Charizard 2. Or they, like, tried to. And, like, I can't, like, unsee that part about it. And also the fact that, like, the Gen 6, like, model... Like, they recently fixed that Scarlet and Violet. But, like, for the longest time, he just looked like just some dude just chilling. Like, some random thing just standing up with no, like... You couldn't even tell it was fire type for the longest time.
Yeah, I think they did kind of butcher with the model, but on its own, and especially in the sprite-based games, I love how the fire, like, pops out the top. I really dig it. I'm thinking A tier for this, right?
I want to say B tier, like, top of B tier. Like,
Higher
like,
than Zard.
I know everyone
Higher than
says
Zard.
this thing is... Sorry, what?
Higher than Zard, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. It's just, like, everyone, like, gasses this thing up, and I just don't understand, because, like... I feel like I feel like there's, like, some scene in the anime I'm just missing here that, like, makes this thing look cool. I just don't see it.
Personally, I played through with Cyndaquil, so that's probably a bit of bias on my end.
Bias.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is I've just always liked Typhlosion. I don't know, something about it has always been cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I just need to see more of it, which is weird considering I got a Hisui form, but, like, you know what, we'll get there. All right, for Alligator, I would say this is the best Johto starter.
Oh, yeah, the thing is that even though I played through with Cyndaquil because I wanted to use a fire type for it, the thing is that I think that Feraligatr is just as good of a design, if not better.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, I think we can leave it at that.
Dude, we're not... It's going to be later on when we start having debates. Like, this is it's kind of easy.
Yeah, we could probably put him in A tier, right?
I could... Below Blastoise, I could say, yeah.
Yeah, sure. We can go with that.
All right.
Oh, the Hoenn starters. You know what? I think we could genuinely put all three of them in S, and we'd have no problems.
I think I could debate a little bit with Swampert, but the first two, yes. I think, without a doubt, Sceptile and Blaziken, S tier.
Yeah, we'll just agree. Just put them in S.
Okay.
The thing is,
this is going to be
awesome.
too easy.
They're both awesome. There's no complaint. Like, I genuinely don't think you could go wrong with Hoenn. All three of the starters, I think, are fantastic. Like, my only run through Hoenn has been Omega Ruby, and I use Blaziken. But even then, if I feel like if I ever went back, I'd gladly pick Trico or Mudkip just to change things up, and I'd have, like, no disadvantages or whatever.
100%. Now with Swampert, I don't hate him, of course. I love Mudkip line. It's just, like, I feel like, he doesn't have Pokken, he doesn't have a lot of things compared to his other two brothers, so it's kind of a little
He gets
weird.
shafted.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not his fault. It's the Pokemon Company's fault. But, like, yeah, also his Gen 6 model, it's so weird. Same thing with Marshtomp. We're not talking about him.
What's wrong with it? I like them.
Well, like, it just doesn't do it justice, you know?
I guess, yeah.
Like, I feel like I could put this thing, like, above Blastoise. Because, like, it is solid, don't get me wrong. It's just, like, it sucks because Pokken is helping Sceptile and Blaziken. And, you know, even outside of their Mega Forms, they're just so cool with, like, what we've seen of the anime, TCG, all of it. Like, both of them are really cool.
I mean, honestly, I still think that Swampert deserves S tier. I still think that. It's that good of a Pokemon, but I can see where you're coming from where it just hasn't had as much of a time to shine. But I still think it deserves S tier.
Okay, you know what? Yeah. We'll just put it up there. Why not?
And now this is where things get divisive.
Okay, so... Yeah, okay, the Gen 4 line. Okay, so... A lot of people say this is, like, the most solid starter trio.
God, no.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I was gonna say, there's no way. Like...
No way.
No way. Like, I could see Infernape and Empoleon, Torterra, no way.
Torterra, listen, I do think Turtwig is a funny little dude, and I love, Torterra in design, but I don't know, it's just not that great to use. I never really dug it. Like, in Masters with Dawn, though, I will say it's a wonderful tank, but in the actual main games, I've never been compelled to use one.
I like Turtwig and Grotle, and then Torterra. It doesn't feel like a starter. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Like,
I can see it. I can see that.
It's weird having this, like, Titan Pokemon that's, like, a piece of the earth. And, like, I know it's, like, the only grass ground Pokemon, so I get it. But, like, it just looks so weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, like, I could see this being, like, a Gigantamax form, you know? Like...
Yeah. Although, honestly, I feel like if we got, Sinnoh remakes that did take after, Galar proper, we probably could have gotten a G-Max form, which would have probably moved it up a tier.
Probably, yeah. I think, like, B tier is a pretty good place for it. Like, I think it's just alright.
I can see it in C, but I can also see it in B. It's not better than Venusaur. It's not better than that.
It wasn't Detective Pikachu, so that's something that
does give it props. That gives it some free points.
Yeah, I don't know if we're counted that, but I'll just put it B tier below Venusaur. All right, Infernape.
Oh God, I'm not particularly fond of Infernape. I never have been.
I'm not like crazy over this thing either. Like, the anime helps again. Like I feel bad. The anime is kind of a huge factor for a lot of these.
The anime carries this Pokemon. That's
definitely. Yeah, that like last scene where he's like going down with Electivire, like ooh, man, this was the Greninja before Greninja. But like, yeah, no, it was. Yeah, this guy's crazy. This guy is
just
crazy.
Ate it. I don't like it. I mean, like, I think it's a good design, and I think it looks cool in motion. But there's something about it. It might be the firefighting typing, how it just gets lumped in with those. But, like, I don't know. There's just something that doesn't click here.
I guess I can see where you're coming from. Like, I hate its other two Evos. I think they're stupid. But then you get to Infernape, and I see him running around with, like, Mach Punch, and I love his, like, idle animation for his model. And, like, it's just a fast fire monkey, and it's so cool to me.
I mean, honestly, I kind of love Monferno. I don't know what it is about Monferno, but I think if they kept it more primarily orange than adding a bunch of white stuff onto it, like the white hair or whatever, it looks kind of alright, but I kind of wish they stuck with the mostly mono-orange color scheme.
I can kind of see where you're coming from there. I'm, like, looking at this thing more, because now I'm, like, inspecting it, being like, what's your deal, Infernape? What are you about?
The whole Sun Wukong thing, very cool, but, like, I don't know, there's just something about its design that's just not totally clicking for me.
I think A tier would be a good spot for this then.
Really? I was thinking more, like, top of B.
You know what? I can agree with top of B. We can do that. Alright.
Empoleon. Yeah, easy top of A. Easy top of A.
So, like, yeah, this one's, like, heavily inspired by, like, what's it called? It's, like, the French... Is it... No.
Napoleon.
Wait, it's not French. I might be stupid.
Yeah, Napoleon's French.
Oh, it is? Okay, cool. I was like, okay, I didn't want to sound like I didn't know what I was talking about. But yeah, it's like the French, like,
It's supposed to be like a French Napoleon Emperor penguin.
Exactly, yeah. And it has, like, the trident that, like, most, like, aquatic, like, kings would use as its head. Really cool design.
Honestly, I'm definitely biased because this was technically my first starter Pokemon ever. But I love the little guy. I don't care what y'all say about Piplup. I think that Empoleon is sick. Like, Metal Claw as, like, a conceptual move on it, how, like, makes the entire, like, flippers, like, solid metal and slash it around. That is awesome. Give my boy his swords.
Give him back. No, I mean, he still has his swords. But yeah, no. I think we can agree top of A for this one.
Yeah, I think top of A works perfectly.
Okay. I feel like now we're going to start, like, getting into the ones we're going to fight with. Because, like, yeah, we've been pretty chill thus far. Like...
Listen, if it doesn't happen now, it's happening at Kalos. But
Kalos
Superior...
Is weird,
oh, boy.
S tier.
Really? S tier? You'd say S tier?
S for Superior.
As much as I do love Superior, and it was actually my, it was my starter in Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2, and my second of all time. But, like... I don't know. I think it can go in S tier. I think I can see it there. But I feel like it's mostly nostalgia carrying it for me. Because unless you have the hidden ability on this thing, it's not the most fun to play with. It's just stall.
Well, it's like, it's speedy stall, which is really unique.
Yeah, which it's a cool way to do it, but like, it gets better once you add Contrary on there.
Yeah. No, Contrary, if we're decking competitive, then yeah, Contrary really carries. Dude, like, I'm a little bit biased. It was my first ever starter Pokemon. I started a little bit late in Pokemon, and it was Black and White too. But yeah, no, Serperior is so cool. I love the Smug Leaf memes. Like, those carry me. This thing is kind of being hard carried by Snivy a little bit, but, you know, we'll get to that
Honestly,
in the future.
understandable.
Yeah. And, like, it's just... I even have a Serperior figure. I could, like, probably post on the Wooper Watch Twitter or whatever. You guys can follow that if you want promotion plug thing. But, like, yeah.
I make funnies on there.
Yeah. No, but, like, just Serperior is, like... It's in the name. It's Serperior. It's a royal, like... I forgot what race it is, but, like...
Probably,
German?
like, just some sort of king or queen, I guess.
It's a king queen. I thought it was
It's a
German.
royal. It's a royal. We'll go with that.
Yeah, it's royalty, and it looks like royalty. I will bow down for this thing. You will see me bowing down in fear of, you know, whatever this thing is gonna do to me. Take that as you will. But like, I think Serperior is such a good design. Some people rank it lower than Servine and Snivy, but I think it's just really solid. Like. I don't know. It's definitely it's really different compared to the starters we get nowadays, you know? Like, Game Freak would never give us a snake as a starter. Like, they would never do that. But, like...
I mean, I think we can put it in S. I think that's fine.
Okay.
You want to put it top of S?
You want to do top of S? I wasn't going to go that far, but...
Oh, all right, sure. I thought that's what you were leaning for.
No, I just wanted to put it in a thing that's S, because I love this thing.
Sure, put it in S.
Okay, I want to put it below Sceptile, though, because Sceptile does have a little bit more to him.
Yeah, I'd put it below Blaziken.
Yeah, you know what? I could agree with that. I'm just surprised you agree with me. I'm going to be real. All right, Samurai. Okay, so I love this thing. Like, I'm biased. Gen 5 biased, once again. But, like, Hisui really does add to it. Like, I know some people, like, hate this. You know what? No. Keep Hisui out of this. I said it myself.
Out of this. We'll get to it.
Do not mention Hisui. Look at Samurott for what the heck he is. And what the heck he is, I look at him and I wonder how the hell he's attached. I look at him and I wonder how what is with my words? I cannot speak for this Samurott person. I'm wondering how he's in the same line as Oshawott and Duat. You have like such a good flow that is Oshawott and Duat, and then you just randomly have this thing.
Like, I feel like they had something going, and then they just kind of dropped it. Like, how exactly does this thing attack? Like, no, it, like, reaches over and pulls out the scalp and then slashes. But I almost feel like this is one of the rare cases where I think a starter would have been better if it stayed on 2 legs.
Yeah, I mean, like, it had a cool thing going. Duat is, like, badass. It literally looks like the evolved form of Oshawott. And I feel like they could have done something with that, but no. Like, you could have kept the swords. You didn't need to put it on 4 legs. Like, I know the meme is just like, oh, hey, keep the legs on the ground. Do not lift the legs up. Do not become bipedal. No, keep this thing bipedal, bro. It was working fine as a bipedal.
I think Emboar was the Pokemon he should have gotten on 4 legs.
For real.
I think, like, a flaming, like, sort of sumo pig thing would have worked way better on 4 legs than whatever they had going on with Samurott.
Yeah. Dude, but yeah, no, like, it's like, because Samurott on his own, I think is a cool thing. But, like, I just think about it, and I'm just like, how is this a starter Pokemon? Or, sorry, no, that sounds a little mean. I would say that for Torterra. But, like, I look at Samurott, and I'm just like, how is this thing attached to the Oshawott line?
Yeah, I always thought it did look a bit detached. Like, you can see the motifs, but it kind of just looks weird, just kind of sitting there. I don't know. There's something about it that doesn't, like, work, and it's definitely the 4-leg problem.
I think we could put this thing in B tier, probably
below Typhlosion.
Below Venusaur.
Below Venusaur, yeah, I can live with that.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. All right.
Either that or C tier. Oh god, Emboar for my longest time was kind of like my sort of hated starter, but it's certainly gone up the rank since then. I have a new least favorite. The thing is, though, is that I don't know. I've never really dug the Tepig line. There's always something about that just didn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's good, but it kind of feels a little redundant, if that's the best way to put it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, this thing came after 2 other firefighting, so there's that. I'm also trying to, like, look at Emboar without imagining the shiny, because the shiny is, like, hard carrying this thing.
Oh my god, the shiny is gorgeous. I have, like, 60 shiny Tepig and go. I worked that community today just because I love the shiny.
Right. I'm trying to get the shiny out of this and just looking at Emboar for what it is, because if this was like shiny Emboar, it would probably be a lot higher. Like those colors really do help it out a lot.
Yeah, honestly, I can very much agree with that. But like Emboar on its own, I think it's good. Probably C tier. Like it could do better, but it could certainly have been much worse.
And also like, well, obviously this isn't the mid-stage evolution tier list, but like Pignite, dude, what the fuck? What is that?
Okay, I like Pignite. I like Pignite. I think he's good.
No, like he's all right, but it's just like I
I'm
don't
definitely
know,
biased because Pignite was featured a lot in the anime, but like I think he's pretty good.
Yeah. I also just see like the sumo vest on him, like with the black outlines, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, I still think he should have been on 4 legs though. I think if they kept the 4-leg thing going with Tepig and made him look a boar, that would have been awesome.
You know, real quickly, since we're on the topic of like bipedal and all that, like I'm surprised they haven't like made someone that like goes in between like being bipedal and being on 4 legs, you know?
I mean, they kind of have like good old newbie. I'm literally forgetting the name. I just call him Croco. He does get on 2 legs for one of his attacks, but that's kind of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just wish they'd do a Pokemon that like goes in between the two and doesn't like primarily use one of them. It's like a whole like stance change kind of thing.
Yeah, honestly, I think that could be cool. I'm shocked they haven't done that yet. Now that you point it
That'd
out,
be a cool concept. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done that. But yeah, no, C tier.
I think that works.
Whew. Okay.
Oh God, how do we cover Greninja?
Okay.
You know what? You can go off. You're the Greninja man. Go off.
Okay. So like, this is gonna be funny because no matter what no matter what you say, you're saying that to my face, to my little avatar here. So you're kind.
Yes.
This is gonna look bad. No. But like okay. Like I feel like we can't even argue about this. This is S tier. Like, no matter what we say,
I would not rank it higher than the Hoenn starters, but I do think it deserves S tier.
I think it could be higher than Blaziken at the very least.
Nah, it's not as good as Blaziken. It is not as good as Blaziken. I will not.
I think it's better than Blaziken.
I mean, heck, I think Sceptile is worse than Blaziken. So like, I'm just saying I do not think that Greninja is better than either of them. Superior, I can see. It is not better than Blaziken.
It's like animated hard carrying this one for sure, 100%.
Oh no, it's completely carried by the anime.
Dude, Greninja has so much carrying it, and like it was Pokemon of the Year, like I think for a couple of years. So like this thing has like everything going for it, and it's like one of those popular Pokemon that you like. I don't feel bad gassing up because it's not Charizard.
The problem is with Greninja is I don't think it's a fun Pokemon to use. Like it's a signature move unless you transform to Ash Greninja, which is a whole nother can of worms. I don't think that it really is fun to use. Like, I've tried it on Showdown, and even then, Chestnut is fun because he has a fun gimmick with his move. Greninja is just a multi-hit kinda okay attack.
Bro, you're not supposed to use Water Shuriken. That's not his. That's not the move you're supposed to use with him.
Yeah, I know, but that's the intended move for your playthrough.
Yeah, for the playthrough, not VGC, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm not talking specifically VGC. Like, I fooled around with it, and the thing is, it's like, it's not very consistent as a signature move. There's not a ton that's super fun that makes me want to use Greninja outside of, oh, haha, it's Ash Greninja. That's pretty funny. But that's it. There's nothing that makes me feel like I need to pick up Greninja for my team. It just doesn't feel fun.
The Water Shuriken's really consistent in Pokemon Masters.
Okay, and Pokemon Masters is freaking busted, and that's because it's
yeah.
That's an unfair comparison. They gassed him up in that.
No, I know. No, but like I'm surprised you say that because you pick an XY playthrough and your Chestnut's destroyed, dude. Like especially like first gym, like.
I don't know what you're on about. My Chestnut was like one of the best on my team.
I'm surprised because especially the first couple. Actually, no, the Rock Gym is the next one. I forgot. No, but like I'm surprised you say that because like Chespin like. And, like, we'll talk about Chespin, the starter tier list when we do the original one. But, like, Chespin, like, struggles in Kalos with, like, a lot of things. I'm surprised. Or maybe it's just that easy that you can do
my Megazard did most of the work. But the thing is that if I needed a Pokemon to take the hit, Chestnut would take the hit, and he would do it gladly.
With the Spiky Shield, yeah. That makes sense.
Exactly, because Spiky Shield's a great move. But in return to Greninja, I don't think I can say that it's better than Blaziken. I genuinely can't.
You know,
I can concede to it being better than Superior, but I can say it's better than Sceptile, but I still think it's not as good as Blaziken.
I think I'm going to reorder this then and put Blaziken higher.
Agreed.
Yeah, let's do that.
I can live with that.
Yeah, we can do that. All right, Chestnut.
Anyway, this is the best starter. This is just the best. No complaints. It's better than Blaziken. It is the top of S tier.
No. Okay. No.
This is my boy. This is my boy.
Look. I can see why you say S tier, but it is not better than Blaziken.
Nope. It's the best. No, straight up. It's the best. It's my favorite.
Nope.
It's better than Greninja. It's better than like everything else.
No.
I can see why y'all will say that it's not, but I don't care. It is the best starter.
Well, wait. Okay, but why though? It's like weak to like literally everything.
Yes, but the thing is that it's my baby boy.
Your baby boy can only go so far in life. D tier. None.
It's the perfect set of evolutions. I love all three of them. And Chestnut on its own, I think it's great. Personally, I consider Chestnut to be the most done dirty Pokemon of all time. This guy, he got like a bit of spotlight early Gen 6. He was basically thrown out for Hoenn starters. And when they started doing Kalos stuff again, it was only Greninja with like maybe a touch of Delphox occasionally. The thing is, Chestnut got only one anime episode in Kalos, which was a filler episode. You know, just to do a little stuff with Chespin. And then he vanished until the Masters 8 in his own region. And then TCG, he got like one, like, I think it was a break at the very end of Kalos. And then he vanishes till he randomly gets a Pokemon V in the last set of Sword and Shield. And Greninja had already gotten like a V Union, and Delphox got a V like 2 sets ago. They did my boy Chestnut completely dirty. He's an afterthought. But I love him.
So you want me to put him in S tier to make me, because you want me to feel bad that he's barely gotten
Yes, I want you to
anything.
feel terrible because he's my favorite.
D tier.
No.
Look, okay.
I let you have your Greninja in S. You can let me have my Chestnut.
No, it's like, because like I get where you're coming from, but you're trying to put this thing above Blaziken, above Sceptile, above Greninja.
Yes.
That's where I draw the line.
Right. Yes.
Like this, I can.
If you want to put it in there for the sake of
I
argument,
agree.
if you, for the sake of argument, want to put it behind like Sceptile, I can live with that. But I still think it's the best.
I think it needs to be above or behind Sceptile. That is the only like, because like
Fine.
I like this thing. It looks like Bowser. I love this thing. I'm not like disagreeing with you, but like you literally mentioned the problem within itself. This thing has barely gotten anything. If it got a little bit more, I could see where you're coming from. But like the way you're describing this thing is that I should like it out of pity.
No, I'm not saying specifically because pity. I'm saying it's because it's awesome. If people actually give him the recognition he deserves, he will get more things, and then we will actually be able to say Chestnut at full power as he always deserves to.
We'll see in Gen 6 remakes.
No, but like, this
I
brings
do like
my
this
thing. This is the thing. They are absolutely giving Mega Evolutions to the starters in Gen 6 remakes because that's going to be the whole thing of retroactively inserting in the gimmick. And by that, we will get the proper Chestnut love he deserves. Give me 10 years from now. 10
years from now when we're all like old and decrepit. Chestnut Mega. Dude, it's going to be weird if they give these things Megas, especially Greninja. Like, how are you going to top Greninja?
I think what they're going to do is they're just going to retroactively make Ash Greninja the Mega Evolution. I think that's what they're going to do. Because the thing is, they already have the perfect template here for Ash Greninja being a Mega. Okay, you add a new dash of color to it with like the sort of black accents to the top of it, and then you oversize its main features being the tongue and the shuriken. For Chestnut, what you got to do is you got to give it like a bigger actual shield. You know how it can already warp its hands into making the shield? You make them giant fists and you give him a bigger shell. Delphox, you give her like a witch's cap and you give her like a staff instead of just a wand. It's so easy to see. The template is already there.
Now with Delphox, you just gotta revert them back to Braixen. That's all you gotta do.
Which is kind of what I'm saying. Like, give it more Braixen elements. Make it more, like, flexible. That's what you gotta do with Delphox.
Like, I get where you're coming from, but at least Greninja, I don't think you could just make that Ash Greninja. Like, that's not, because that changes everything. I don't think you could do that.
The
Plus
thing
the
is,
fact that
I
they're,
know
like, trying to
you
retcon
can't, but I think
Ash
it's what
Greninja.
I know you can't just do it because it's, like, removing what's special about Ash Greninja, but I think that's the only way to bring it back into the fold proper without it being completely, like, oh, it's the anime thing, you know, which is what I think they're trying to avoid.
Well, like, if you're going to give them a Mega Evolution, they're just going to do something separate. I don't think putting Ash Greninja on Mega is going to make any sense.
I mean, to be fair, though, I think that's kind of why they're getting rid of Battle Bond. and they're kind of
Well, it's
making
still
it
in the
something
game.
else and making
it just
I
doesn't
know,
do what it.
but they're making a generic ability so they can properly retcon Ash Greninja. Because if they do Gen 6 next gen, somehow, because they've been kind of going every other nowadays. But if they do it next gen, it'd have room to work.
Yeah. All right, we should probably move on. We're getting off topic, but yeah, Chestnut below Sceptile S tier.
Oh, Delphox,
I
D tier.
can agree with this placement. Anyway, Delphox D tier. Boop.
Listen, they took away, like, because I love the whole thing that Breaks had going on, like a really fast, speedy, like, spellcaster. But then they kind of gave it the big dress, and I don't know, that just kind of killed it.
It's a wicked witch. Cool, I guess, but like...
I get what they were going for, but I kind of like having it be more actually flexible.
You know what would have probably made this thing really cool? If, like... Because, like, taking your wand idea. What if they just straight up, like, made it fly on a broom?
Okay, that I think would be awesome.
And, like, it could still be the psychic type. Like, you just make it, like, use its psychic powers to, like, float around on its broom. And it's, like, always floating on its broom.
Did Delphox even have a signature move?
Mystical Fire.
That was its signature move?
Yeah, and they gave it to, like, everybody.
I could have sworn, wasn't that on, like, Ho-Oh or something? Oh, no, that's Sacred Fire.
Oh, yeah. No, they gave it to, like, Sylveon and, like, Hatterene and all that.
Really?
Like,
Sylveon?
Yeah.
Ain't that a weird pick?
Yeah. No, like, this, like, these Pokemon get their signature moves, like, stripped away from them, so...
I'm looking this up right now, because I gotta check something. What other Pokemon has Spiky Shield? I'm trying to figure out... Oh, okay, the Cactus Pokemon do.
Makes
as
sense.
well as Togedemaru, and I think what's the name of a new Gen 9 Pokemon that I don't have.
Anyway, we're getting off topic again. D tier, we can agree on that.
Yeah, I think Meganium's better than it, but, like, I don't know. I just can't justify it being any higher.
So many, like, just disappointments. Like, there's a reason Pokken has breaks in. That's a huge factor for this as well.
If they're using the pre-evolution for everything, I think that's a sign.
That's a huge sign.
There's a reason they didn't evolve Oshawott in the anime.
All right. I think this is where we could get, like, really decisive now. This is it.
And
like,
now
this is our
for the
most
gen,
recent...
and now for the gen where they did water the second most dirty.
We'll get to it. Decidueye. Keep Rowlet out of this, by the way. We gotta remember, keep Rowlet, keep Hisui out of this. Just look at Decidueye.
I think I could justify top of A. Maybe, like, second in A. Because the thing is, like, I think Decidueye is hype. I think it looks really good. It's a solid Pokemon with a solid gimmick. But I don't think I can put it in the same tier as the S tiers.
No, I agree with you. It's like... I don't know how to explain Decidueye. I definitely prefer it over the Hisui form, but we'll get to that. When we get to that...
Yeesh.
I don't know how to explain it with Decidueye. It's like... You know, actually, I know what the problem is. You have something as cool as Rowlet, and then it becomes this, like, tall bird. And, like, it's weird.
No, not really. I personally think it was a good one. I thought it was great.
Oh, yeah, it's a great evolution. Don't get me wrong. It's just, like... I look at Rowlet, and I'm just like, man, imagine if it just got bigger. And that... Sorry, that is a stupid reason
and
for
it
hating
would have
this
looked
Pokemon.
terrible. Honestly, I think if they kept going with what they had with, what's his name, Dartrix, I think it would have just been a big owl and everyone would have hated it. So I think this is the best outcome.
Yeah. It's cool. I think, you know what? I think the problem is this just isn't for me. And I think it's just cool, but it's just not for me.
It's not my pick for Alola, but I think it's really rad, and I think it deserves A tier.
Yeah. Above or below Blastoise? I forgot.
I'm going to say above Blastoise, but below Empoleon.
The arrows are really cool. It also is carried by Pokken as well, but you know how
Personally, I hate fighting this thing in Pokken, so that's an overall net negative for me.
be.
Dude, I hate fighting Decidueye and Pokken. I genuinely can't take this, man.
I can't do it either. All right. Primarina. I like it.
I think it's like C tier, maybe top of D. I don't know. Something about Primarina has never, like, stuck out to me. I think it's because it just doesn't have legs. It's just like, kind of the whole siren thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like the giant, like, floppy tail.
It is kind of weird having, like, a mermaid as, like, a starter Pokemon.
I almost think it would have worked better if it wasn't a starter. Like, they retooled it slightly, got rid of a bit of the blue elements, and then just made, like, sort of a different mermaid Pokemon, but I don't know. I don't think it's great.
I don't think this thing is C tier terrible, though. Like, I've, like, grown to it. Like, I used to be, like, so indifferent, but now I, like, really enjoy it a lot.
I'd
like,
put it top of C.
I enjoyed Sparkling Aria. I enjoy the fact that it's a fairy type. Like that's crazy for a starter Pokemon. I don't know. I thought that was crazy. Fairy's like a rare type.
I just think it's top of C. I can't put it any higher than that.
But like, I like it better than Torterra, so I don't know.
Yeah, I just kind of feel bad. I feel like if they stuck with the circus theme, it kind of would have been great. But if they kind of dropped
the circus thing.
Barely. It feels like they kind of just dropped most of the circus elements. Like, oh, it sings. It has a musical element, and that was it.
I guess so, yeah.
They dropped the clown thing.
It's better than Brio. We can agree with that.
Every time, I'm about to say Mermaid Princess or whatever, but I try to have to stop myself to say Marine Cess because I've been playing so much Yu-Gi-Oh! My God.
All right, you know what?
I think top of C.
I have like no reason to fight over it, so you know what? Yeah, we'll just do that. All right, Incineroar.
Oh,
I used to hate this thing.
I love it.
I like it now.
I love it.
Okay. All right, we like it. All right, cool.
I feel like it's one of those stars where I feel like I could rank it higher than Blaziken, but I would not rank it above Chestnut.
Whoa, yeah, that is a huge whoa.
And the thing is that like it's probably because they've given Incineroar like the world, I guess. But I don't know. There's something about it which I just love the wrestler gimmick. I think it's great.
I do too. There's some people who like hate it because like, oh, this thing was just changed to a fire dark type last second. No. That's part of it, you see? Because it's a fake wrestler. It's a WWE wrestler.
Yes.
It uses dirty tactics. That is why it's dark type. And I'm like, that's cool.
Not to mention just how amazing. Like, every time I think of Incineroar, the first thing I think of is Malicious Moon Assault. Because think of him throwing him into the side of the ring and then launching into the air. It's like, oh my God. Oh, thank you. I love you.
The Final Smash version, Max Malicious Moonsault, like, definitely, like, carries this thing. Like, it's so awesome.
Like, they didn't even give him a lot of time in the anime, but what little time he had, he made the most of it. Like, Incineroar is one of those Pokemon where I think in motion is probably one of the absolute strongest. I think it's like S tier. I'd put it above Blaziken. I really would.
I don't think we can put it above Blaziken, but I'm willing to put it like above or below Chestnut.
I would never say above Chestnut. But I feel like it's better than Sceptile. I will give it that. I think it's better than Sceptile.
Yeah, we could do that. It's also a VGC god. I'm surprised we didn't mention that.
Oh, no, yeah. Honestly, I'd probably knock it down a turn for how dominant it's been in VGC. But the thing is, like, I'll let it slide. He's amazing.
I've never used him in doubles VGC, but, like, I see footage of it. I'm like, whoa.
I barely ever do doubles at all. But, like, I can't deny that the fact that they gave it Intimidate. It is Intimidate, right?
For hidden ability, yes.
Which is, like, by the way, the perfect hidden ability. And honestly, I think if they gave starters actual, like, good abilities by default, it would have just been Intimidate anyway.
For real, yeah.
Like with Greninja, I think it was just Protean to give it something, viable. But like, I don't care. Intimidate is perfect for Incineroar.
Intimidate's, really perfect for Incineroar. Dude, I remember seeing this thing's stats, and I was like, I brushed it off, because I was like, nah. Because at least all three of the Alolan starters, I did not think much at them at all. And then you see this thing competitive, and you're like, what the hell?
Incineroar has just always been my favorite by, like, a wide margin. I don't know. Like, I think he's the best Pokemon to do the whole bipedal thing. I think it's the best one at doing it.
I'm a little annoyed with Torracat, though, because, like, Torracat, I mean, I guess we could mention it.
Torracat had everybody thinking something completely different.
It's like, because, like, Torracat, like, because I get where people's frustrations is with this Mon, though. Like, people put Torracat, like, they look at Torracat and they're just like, why is it this goofy wrestler? I kind of agree with that sense, because I do like Incineroar. Incineroar, like, I hated it at first, and then Smash Brothers came, VGC came, and I started liking this thing, and the anime too. But, like, I have to admit, you look at Torracat, and you're just like, yeah, why did this thing look like this thing?
I think it could have been solved by making it so Incineroar can run on 4 legs for certain things. I think that would have solved it a lot.
It looks like it can. It probably could.
Like, we already know that it literally catnaps according to the TCG, which, by the way, have you seen the new art of this thing? It was in one of my shorts.
I haven't. Don't show me, though. I'll look at it after.
I'll show you later. But, oh my god, he is adorable. He literally sleeps on the ground all the way spread out. It's adorable.
Aww.
He, like, naps and still behaves like a cat. I love it.
Yeah. I would be surprised if this thing, like, ran on, like, 4s and, like...
I think if they
like
made
when he's like charging at an
yeah.
opponent. Did he do it in the movie? I forgot.
I don't recall him ever doing on all 4s in the anime at all. But I think if they did make it so like if Incineroar needs to run full speed, that it would get on like all 4s. I think that'd be great.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's like
if
a little change that could make it probably the best ever.
Yeah, no. If it doesn't do that, then that's just gonna be a personal headcanon of mine for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's like that one
yeah.
meme where it's like the guy, the like reporter or something, like the girl runs from him or whatever, and then he just gets on all fours and starts running like that. That's what I personally think of.
Yes. All right, Galar starters.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna be real. I hate all of them. But anyway, sorry. What? Okay, sorry. What? Okay, Cinderace.
I think Cinderace has a cool gimmick going on. I kind of get it. Okay, he's the UK. He got the soccer ball, but like, I don't know. I think it's alright.
Yeah. I think it's. I think this thing is overhyped, and I have no idea why this thing is gassed up so much.
I can see why people like it, because I will say its signature move animation, very cool. I can see why you like it for that. But like,
it is very cool until you see the Scarlet and Violet animation.
Oh god, did they change it?
They got rid of it entirely.
Ugh. Let me guess, because they made Pyro Ball a more unanimous thing.
Yeah, same with Inteleon Snipe Shot too. I don't know what they did with Rillaboom's move. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, Inteleon Snipe Shot and Cinderace Pyro Ball, like they look like shit.
Oof. But yeah, I will say it's all right.
It's alright.
Maybe top of C, low B.
Yeah, no, I can agree low B. I would put this thing below Torterra. I just do not give a shit about this thing.
I was gonna say I can put it in basically the same level as Torterra. That's where I feel it falls.
Interchangeable. I'm like, it's trying so hard to be Greninja. Like, I guess Blaziken too. It's trying so hard to be those two.
I feel like it was really trying to be like the fire type Greninja, and I feel like it definitely did land for some people, but for me it did not land.
It did not land at all. Now, a Pokemon that did land for me, this is a really hot take. I like Inteleon.
I only kind of like Inteleon, like a bit.
Yeah, I obviously a bit, because I don't really care for all of them, but like Inteleon, like everyone said this thing is like super ugly. I thought it was cool. I don't know.
It's a Pokemon that I hated at first, and it took time to warm up on, like a lot of time.
Oh, I agree with you in that sense, for sure.
It's like, now that I've seen it, like, oh, it's the Gigantamax form. It has the whole, like, sniper rifle thing going on. You can actually see it use it. I feel like it's warmed up a bit, but it still feels just kind of not great.
Yeah. It's interesting for sure. The anime helped a lot. Like, that recent episode of the Masters 8 where Inteleon's, like, dual wielding, that helped a lot. Like, that scene was so cool. Just, it's like that one man taking on the world right there. He was like taking on the giant flood while holding like two like pistols in his hands. Like, I thought that was so cool.
The whole secret agent impossible odds thing I think is neat, but I for the overall design I can't put it higher than C.
I think it could be in the same tier as Cinderace or higher.
Yeah, I feel like it's just kind of C tier. I don't know. I can't really get over that.
I guess it's definitely higher than Primarina.
It's way higher than Primarina, yeah. So there's like a pretty notable gap in that C tier right there.
Yeah. All right, Rillaboom.
Oh, this is my
VGC
hot take.
God.
I love Rillaboom.
Got dethroned.
I love Rillaboom. I do. I don't know. Something about it. It's like I love the big monkey with the big drum. I don't know. There's something about it. And honestly, I think this one could have made for a banger Smash character.
Probably,
like, hear me out. Imagine if its whole gimmick was that it was kind of like Pac-Man with a hydrant, but you could move it around and keep it on the field. That would have been sick.
Could have been interesting. The anime ruined this one for me. I'm going to be real. Seeing Leon's Rillaboom, just like, look, like, it's not his fault. It's just the writer. This is the writer's issue. That's the only reason Rillaboom sucks for me right now. Like, I saw that thing sweeping 4 of Dianthos Pokemon. 4! It doesn't even have Grassy Glide. Okay? Like, if this was like VGC Rillaboom, I would understand. No, this is a normal ass Rillaboom. It was sweeping people left to right, non-stop, in the Masters 8. This thing was complete bullshit, written up by the writers, and I don't understand why.
I mean, honestly, I can kind of see where you're coming from there, but I still think, I feel like it's the same level as Torterra. Like, I think it's better than Cinderace, but I feel like it sort of occupies the same slot as Torterra, where it's like, it's the pretty okay grass starter, but this time it's the only one I actually like out of the 3.
You know, I can agree in the sense that, like, it definitely... Like, I prefer Inteleon out of the 3 if I had to pick, but, like, if you told me that this was your favorite, like, out of the 3, I honestly would not argue. Like, this is, like... It's alright. I hate the drum, though. Like, okay, I'll explain myself. And I was watching, like, the Pokemon Champion League podcast before, like, JPR, he made a very good point about this thing. What the fuck is with the fucking drum, dude? The sticks. He just pulls that shit randomly out of his hair.
Well,
he just brings that everywhere. It looks so stupid.
Well, here's the thing with that. Well, I get the hair thing is definitely stupid. I do understand the origin, because I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, rock was the thing that sort of started in the UK. It's why we have both Toxtricity and Obstagoon here. They all call back to the UK origins of rock, which I think if you're going by the 3 popular media standards, you have, you got, soccer or football, as those heathens call it. You have the whole secret agent thing for the movies, James Bond, and then you have rock music with the Rillaboom. And I get what they were going for. I think they could have done it a bit better, which they literally did for the Gigantamax form.
I agree, yeah. No, they're like the origins, it makes sense. And like, again, from JPR, what he said, like, a perfect way you could have remedied this, you could have put the drum in his stomach, and it would have, like, flowed a lot better. Why is it in his hair?
I think if they made it so they actually gave him, like, shorter hair, and then had so it was, like, tied to his drum and tied to his back using drums, I think that would have been, I mean, not with drums, like with vines. I think that would have been sick.
I think that, you know what? I think the drum should have been on his body. Like, he should have been, like, say, like, he uses... Yeah, actually, no, he doesn't even need sticks. He could have, like, just slapped his stomach, and that's how he uses the, like, drums.
DK, Donkey Kong is here.
Exactly like Donkey Kong. He would literally slap his stomach like a monkey.
I'm pretty sure I literally called mine Kong or something. I don't remember.
DK.
Donkey Kong. He's a leader. Okay, we're not doing this. But yeah, I think there could have been some small adjustments made to make him a little more interesting, because without his drum out, he's kind of blah, but I still think he's better than Torterra.
I think the drum, like, it being just, like, out of nowhere, like, I think that ruins it for me. It's not like the Scouts, like, if they did it like the Scout Shop with Oshawott and, like, the Samurott line, like, it would have worked. Yeah. But no, it's just a random drum that's, like, hiding from his hair somehow.
Which is why I was saying, like, give him shorter hair and tie it to his back using vines. I think that would have been great.
Literally, yeah, it's so stupid.
Oh, right, Hisui
starters.
This is like the moment where this is moment of truth. Is it better or worse, basically?
Okay, well, we can all agree that Hisui and Typhlosion is better in every way.
Oh, no, it's a direct improvement, because I love the purple.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I'm a little biased. I love the purple.
Like, okay, like what I said about Typhlosion being like bland and just a Charizard ripoff, that is completely negated over here. This Typhlosion actually looks like a starter Pokemon. Look at that. This thing looks completely different. It literally looks like... I don't know how to explain it. It just looks cooler. It looks more interesting.
They took Typhlosion and then gave it just enough flair to it to make it look monumentally more interesting. Like, just that little bit of, like, okay, saturate the rest of the body's colors, but then we'll give it a really cool purple flame to it. I think that was a good choice.
I forgot what its signature move is called, but it's really cool. It's like a more powered-up version of Hex, I believe.
Yeah, I thought it was Ite.
Yeah.
Hex isn't the best move anyway, though, so, blah.
Yeah. I'm willing to put this thing in A tier.
Sure, I can live with that. Like, I wouldn't say it's better than Feraligatr, but I would say it's A tier.
Yeah, we could do that. Okay.
Another
Samurott.
Kind of improvement?
So it's kind of improvement, and again, this is another thing that, like, podcast Pokemon Champion League mentioned that, like, I think is a very good point to consider. This thing barely changed anything. This thing literally looks like a reskin.
What's funny, though, is that I actually have a specific story about the Hisuian starters that before starting the game, I had no idea what the starters were. I did have them all except Decidueye spoiled for me, like, before I got there. So Decidueye was a genuine reaction. But if you go back to my first VOD, I make a guess as to what the new types are going to be, and I literally call them exactly as they are. Which is like, I was like, okay, you're going to be Ghost, you're going to be Dark, you're going to be Fighting. And it's like, I literally call it exact. And the thing is, I think Dark fits it really well as a change type. I think it works.
It does fit it well. I just feel like more could have been done. It just has, like, more exaggerated hair. It has, like, edgier, like, shell colors. And that's just it. That's all it is. It has this same exact body as normal Samurott, and it's so weird.
The thing is, I think the way they, like, how do I put this? It's like, I love the idea of it being a more evil samurai. I think that's kind of cool. I think that's a cool touch. I love it. The thing is, though, is like it doesn't line up as well. Like you can still see the gradual transition. Like the other Pokemon sort of keep their base colors and then add in a new one. But the black feels like a bit too sharp of a change.
It literally feels like a shiny. Like
a shiny. That's a really good way to put it.
And you know it's horrible when, like, the shiny version of Hisui Samurott literally just looks like normal Samurott, which that's the joke. That's the whole point of the shiny.
Yeah.
But, like, if you put them side by side, I could barely tell the difference.
Yeah, I just think it's, like, it could be better. I feel like you could have gone in a different direction with it. Heck, even chosen a different Unova Pokemon to do that, or like a different water starter in general for it. And I love the concept. I think it works great in concept. I just think that the final thing could have had like a little sharper of a change. Like if you change it so it didn't have the multiple scallops and instead of one giant katana, I think that would have been a good step.
More definitely needed to be added to this. Like, you look at Decidueye, I guess Decidueye is the best example here, even if I don't like it that much.
I love it.
Decidueye has the most changed out of all three of them. You know, Typhlosion, I would argue, doesn't have much either, but those flames are definitely drastically different than Typhlosion's normal flames.
Not to mention that they changed it so they're always out.
Yeah, no, that too, yeah, it's always out no matter what, and that definitely adds to the design so much. And then you just have Samurai here, and like, I'm willing to put this thing below Samurai, but it's just like...
I feel like it's basically the same. And that's probably the problem with it.
It's just the same. And like, I love its signature move, Ceaseless Edge. It's so badass. I love it so much. But like, that signature move is not enough to carry this thing.
All they had to do was give it one giant katana instead of the small ones.
Yeah. No, imagine if it's like Scout Chop blades were just like different weapons entirely.
No, I mean, I think if they gave it like just one giant samurai sword for the blade, I think that would have been great. Because it's different from the regular one, because instead of splitting it into, like, oh, it has multiple now, it instead just has one big one, like, noble, evil samurai thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole idea of, like, a cursed blade in fiction.
I know what you're saying. I just don't know if it could, like, manage that, considering that, like, it's standing on 4 legs, but...
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if they just made it stand on 2 legs, it could have worked well enough. But, yeah, I just think it's kind of the same.
Yeah. I'm going to put a B tier right below Samurai. Hisuian Decidueye, I don't like this thing too much. Like, I think it looks weird and downright inferior to the original design. But I will give it props for, like, being completely original. Like, it looks different. It looks awesome. Like, even if I don't like it, even if it's not for me.
Oh, God.
It does look different. And I like that for that reason.
Personally, it's definitely biased, because I love my little lass in my playthrough. She was my favorite. But the thing is that, like... I love how much they changed the design. Like, I was really iffy at first. When I first saw the design, I was like, oh, God, what'd they do to you? But the second I saw that signature move, everything changed. Like, because I think the official art, I think, is terrible. I think it does a poor job of conveying
official art, Looking at the official art right now is, like, definitely swaying me.
Like, the way that you see it when it actually moves or whatever, it, like, does, like, a kick clean on the head, flies back, and then shoots 3 arrows immediately. That is insane. I freaking
now
adore.
That you said it. Now that you say it, I remember what it looks like.
I feel like if you looked at the official static art and maybe had it like 1 foot up, like about to shoot something, I think that would have been sick. That would have conveyed this Pokemon amazingly. Like, I genuinely think it's just as good, if not better, than the original. I just think that it looks... It's one of those Pokemon where it's like, it doesn't look good static, but when you see it moving around and throwing attacks, you're like, oh, I get you now.
Yeah.
Which is why... Did they ever show the Hisuian Pokemon in the anime? I don't think they did show the starters.
I don't remember. But yeah, no, like, the look at the static image and just, like, seeing that it's using its wing as a fist. No, this shit uses its legs. You're portraying the wrong thing about it. It has shortened wings because it doesn't use them.
Like, I get it's trying to convey the fist because, oh, it's a fighting type now. You gotta know it's a fighting type. But the thing is that if you showed the legs, that would have done the same... So I think the official art just does it really dirty, and it's actually a great Pokemon. I'd probably put it, like, probably the same tier as Decidueye. Like, maybe higher. I consider it, like, it's a lateral improvement.
A tier above Decidueye. I don't care for it, but you know what? We can put them interchangeably.
They moved it up one on the y-axis. Oh, God, here we go.
Here we go.
I know we already disagree on this, so I want to hear your piece first on this furry bait.
Whew. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna say first thing before anything. These are brand new freaking starters. So, you know, maybe a week. Hell, yeah, even a week from now, I can think completely differently about all 3 of these guys. That being said, fuck Masquerada. What the hell is this thing? Oh my god! What is this furry bait, dude? Why? What the fuck?
I kind of get what they were going for. Oh, it's a masquerade or whatever, at least with the name. But I don't know. And I actually do like the animation for the signature move. I think it got done pretty darn good. But the thing is that there's just something about it. I don't know. It just kind of feels like they've done this trick before. It's kind of in Cinderace tier, actually. You see what I'm saying? How it's like, they've done this shtick before. It's not really working again.
Dude, it's bullshit because like they're trying to make this thing Greninja. It has a faster speed than Greninja. It has a high attack stat. They want this thing to be
what's its
Greninja.
hidden ability?
You can always tell when it's a fast attacker. They're trying to make another Greninja, and this thing has protein. They're trying.
Oh my
I see
god,
you,
they
Game
gave
Freak.
it protein.
They did. Yeah, they're trying to make this thing a Greninja.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, that brings it down for me. They're like trying so hard.
Dude, if they actually do the thing and put Ash in Gen 9, they're gonna give him a Sprigatito. God, please don't.
They're definitely gonna give him the Sprigatito. I like Sprigatito, by the way. I want to mention that. I do like Sprigatito on its own. I've been hearing some people gassing a Flugger. How do you pronounce Fluggerito? What the?
I don't know. The thing is, I like the yo-yo thing for the mid-evolution, but the thing is, they just kind of dropped that entirely.
Yeah, imagine if the whole thing like continued the yo-yo. Apparently the yo-yo turned into like the little flower that floats around it. I hate that shit. Why is there like a flower thing floating around it? That's also really stupid.
If there was anything we learned from this year of fighting games, it's that yo-yos are awesome. Why does this thing not get... Why does it get rid of the yo-yo? It should have kept it.
Right? I've been hearing people saying they like refuse to evolve their Fluggerito. I cannot pronounce that name. Florigato, whatever. I've been hearing people saying like they've been refusing to evolve this thing because like the mid stage is that good. Well, I can't confirm on that. I can definitely see why, considering this thing is like garbage, dude.
I don't know. I think it's better than Primarina, but less than Inteleon.
I can agree with that. Like, and it's also funny seeing people like warm up to this thing, and like, you know, maybe I will warm up to this thing eventually, but
possibly.
Like, holy shit, dude! I can't see it anytime soon. Like, this thing is like. And also, again, you want me to believe this thing is faster than Greninja?
No.
Like, no. I just physically can't believe it. Like, I like the fact that it kind of looks like a Phantom Thief, you know?
Yeah, I think that's funny because I have seen some art of it with Joker, and I think that's kind of cool. Okay, haha, I get it. Yeah, it would work as like a Pokemon on his team. But something about it's like, I feel like the only reason I'm even putting it higher than, what's her name, Primarina, is specifically because the signature move is like, oh, okay, it's got a cool gimmick to it. It always crits. I think that's neat. Even though I feel like it'd be better if that was just a space power and it didn't crit, or had a chance to crit. But regardless, I think it's just kind of functional. I think it does it. It looks neat, but it's got a lot of room to grow.
Oh my god, sorry, I just looked it up. Sorry, off topic. Flower Trick is 70 base damage and always crits? Are you... Wow.
It's only 70 base power?
No, I thought it would be way less.
No, isn't crit... doesn't crit do double, or...
I think... crit definitely goes through stat buffs. If
it goes through stat... Okay, that explains... Because I was thinking, it's like... Does crit go through stat buffs? That was the thing that I could not remember for the life of me.
Yeah.
Now I see why it has a niche to it. Okay, I get that now.
Yeah. That's why you want to use moves like that. All right, moving on. Quackavol, I don't know how to pronounce
God,
this.
it's worse than Delphox. It's bad.
This thing has a fat ass. Why?
I don't, like, okay, I get what they're going for. I think it was supposed to be like a salsa dancer. Is that the term? I kind of get what they're going for, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I see the inspiration. I see it. I don't get me wrong. I know what this thing is trying to be. And I just don't like it.
Honestly, I think if they stuck with the whole thing, everyone was saying, like, oh, it's going to be a captain. And because my personal theory was that they were going to do, like, Captain Kid Persona 5. I would be like, oh, okay, he, like, has his own little, like, boat ship or whatever. I think that would have been awesome. And they went with whatever this is. Dear God, please kill it.
Dear God, the gay duck, man. Like, what the hell? Like, you had a good thing going with Quaxley. And,
bit
like,
fruity.
It's so crazy to me that people think the Gen 9 starters are like all unanimously solid. Look, I can agree on Skeledirge. Like, he's pretty solid. The other two, you got to be on some massive copium. There is no freaking way you can look at these other two and be like, yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
I will say I can see where people are coming with for Sprigatito, how it's like growing on them, whatever. That I can see. I can understand why people, like that sort of thing. I get it. But there's something about it. I don't know. But, like, Quack's having a final Evo doesn't land. It doesn't. It
does not land whatsoever. It also has those, like, little things on its back that, like, runs, like, you saw it in game, but, like, has these, like, little fins that, like, float around everywhere. And, like, it also adds to, like, the signature move, which looks cool, don't get me wrong, but, like, it doesn't make any freaking sense. Why do these two have, like, floating things around them? It doesn't make any sense.
I might have missed something, because I've literally only fought this guy once fighting Clive, but that was it.
No, like it has like you see the blue fins on it or whatever.
Oh, okay, those float around. Weird.
Yeah, those thing like goes out from its body and it just starts like floating around in a circle behind him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just I don't know. I don't like it. It's worse than Delphox. Honestly, I could give this thing a new tier for just objective worst, like D minus.
I think this. Well, I mean, I'm gonna just put in D because there's no point in making an extra tier. But yeah, I agree. I think this is the worst starter of all time. Like this thing is just.
God, why?
Oh my
I
God.
feel so bad for every single person out there who bit Quaxley. You poor soul.
Seriously, and like the animation's good. I'm not saying that because like there were some people just being like, oh, you just don't like the way it moves. If we're talking about this in a technical sense, then I guess yeah, it is probably one of the most like well animated Pokemon in the game. Does it look good? No.
Nope, it is.
I don't like
terrible.
it. It creeps me out. I hate looking at it.
So no, I don't want to rant about it much longer because we have like an amazing one coming up next. But like, God, it's the worst by far.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. And even before we get to like Dynamax and like all that other stuff, but like yeah. All right, final starter, and then we'll get to these guys here. Skeleturge. Okay, so a couple days ago, I felt indifferent to this thing. If we did this thing like a couple days ago, I would have like said like B tier. I would have not thought too much about it. And then I looked into it more, and I was like, whoa, this thing has a lot of things going on with it.
I'm gonna say it right now. I called it! I called it! I called it would be on 4 legs. I called it. I said it when they revealed this thing. I want a crocodile, and I want it on 4 legs, and I want it to be awesome. And this is exactly what I wanted.
I'm glad you got what you
I
want.
got exactly it. It is like, I'm not going to say S tier. I feel it's too recent to be an S tier. But I think it's A tier. I think it's top of A tier. I love this thing.
I think I can agree with A tier. Like when you said it was like the best starter of all time, I was like, but like no, I can definitely see where you're coming from now. Like I started looking up like some of its origins. It has so many things going on with this thing. So it has the little bird that it was like hatching or whatever. If you know how crocodiles work, there's like a thing where like birds like you literally like go into like the crocodile's mouth to like clean out their teeth.
Oh, I remember that. I always thought the whole thing with it being a singing crocodile with the bird, I thought that was like a folklore thing.
I think so, yeah. And then the singing is just like it's just a Spanish thing, like just like you know singing and like all that.
I feel like they went for like isn't mariachi band more of a Mexico than a Spain thing?
I
wouldn't be shocked if that had like a touch of influence on the game. Like, but I'm saying though is like I don't know. I love the whole thing with it. It's so cool.
Yeah, no, it has the bird thing like it does when it's like cleaning a crocodile's mouth. It hatched it in its like pre-evolution, which is really cool.
I didn't even think about that until literally just now. That wasn't a sombrero. That was a nest. Oh, that's cool.
Well, like it looks like a sombrero. I thought it was a sombrero. Also, since we're on the topic of that, when I was like, because I remember when I mentioned the Palladian Ludicolo, I saw that thing and I thought that was a Ludicolo.
Seriously, you thought that was Paldean Ludicolo?
It was really blurry. It was like really blurry.
Understandable, but that's funny. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, when we saw it in the leaks a couple weeks ago. But yeah, no, like from the mid stage to this one, like so many things are like going on here. It's really cool.
I'm so mad that RT Games thumbnail spoiled me on this like the day before I evolved it.
Aw.
But like,
I'm sorry,
oh my
man.
God, I don't care. He's exactly what I wanted. Like, I hadn't seen the signature move, though. I had not seen the signature move, and I was blown away. Dude, free special attack boost? Nah, man, I'm making a team around this.
Yeah, no, it's really solid. And it does have the bulk to, like, actually, like, utilize it, so that's really good.
Wait, it does or it doesn't?
I will say, though, my only problem with this thing is its tail. I don't like the way it ends. And, like, I also hate the way it starts. Like, there's this bit on its tail that, like, does not line up with the pattern of its body. And it's so weird. It literally looks like a Lego piece that was just attached onto it.
Let me look this up real quick, because I don't recall seeing the tail much.
Yeah. See if you can, like, find the, like, version of it where it's, like, behind.
Oh, yeah, how it's got, like, the tail with, like, the white tip on the end? Is that what you're saying?
There's, like, a white tip on the end, and then you see the part where the tail, like, connects to the body, and it literally looks like a Lego piece. Like, it doesn't even look like it's, like, connected the right way or something.
Yeah, I see what you're going about. Yeah, I feel like if they got rid of the sort of rigid pattern on the tail, instead made it like a white line that goes all the way to the back and then wraps around, I think that probably would have looked a little better overall.
Yeah. That's my only problem with this thing. But otherwise, yeah, I can agree A tier.
Honestly, I think
don't
if they
I
put like a
this thing
little
above Hisuian.
wait, hold up, real quick. I think if they gave this thing like a little skeletal spike on the end, I think it would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that
Like you know how like old you know like dinosaur and stuff like that, they'd have like spikes on the end of the tails, like spawning off of both directions. If they give it kind of like a bit of like a spike motif on the end of the tail, I think that would have been neat. Would have matched up with the rest of the skeleton stuff.
100%. But yeah, okay, there you go. That is our starter tier list.
No. You're gonna move it above. You're gonna move it above for alligator.
Fine.
It's better than for alligator. I will give it that. Better than Blastoise too, I'd say.
All right, that is our starter tier list. We're gonna real quickly like lightning round through all the forms real quick because we do have some extra time. Might as well. Why not, you know? Might as well. All right. Lightning round, by the way. So we're gonna go quick.
Mega Venusaur. I'd say it's just a direct improvement, but I would not make it. I would make it better than Charizard. I'd say.
I thought about it. I was like, I wouldn't agree, but since we have these other forms of Charizards coming up, yeah, I can do. Oh,
whoopsie.
Yeah. We can put that B tier above Charizard. All right, Gigantamax Venusaur. What the fuck?
Love the idea. I think it's very funny. It works for Gigantamax. I just think it's kind of all right. I'm gonna say bottom of C. I don't think it's as bad as like Meganium. Bottom C.
I just think it's weird. I also hate how it's like covering itself with the flower. It makes no sense.
Nah, I mean it kind of does because like body part big. That's kind of the thing they've been going with starter G-Maxes, but still. G-Max Charizard. God, you didn't deserve
Fuck this thing.
You did not deserve this.
This was literally at the peak of Charizard like getting over popular. Like, or I wouldn't say the peak, but like the fact that Leon has one, like fuck me, dude.
I'd honestly say that this is probably my favorite version of Charizard. Kind of. Like, I feel like if you were to just give Charizard, like, a next stage of evolution, I think Y would be the natural progression, but I think as, like, in terms of, like, it's, like, Super Charizard, I think G-Max Charizard was on model. I think it was kind of on point.
Definitely.
Like, but the thing is that it really didn't deserve it. I mean...
It didn't deserve it.
It should not have been Leon's
You can look at it design. Yeah, you can either look at it at design, or you can look at it at the fact that, you know, it exists. At a time where Charizards already have 2 megas, you know?
I just don't think it needed to be here. That's the biggest problem. Like, design-wise, moving away, all biased about that, I'd say it's a solid improvement upon Charizard. I could probably put it bottom of A, top of B. I'd say it's better than Venusaur. Oh, Mega Charizard X, though. Oh, God.
That's S tier. I think that's S tier.
I feel like we could probably put it... Yeah, that's a good spot for it.
I wouldn't put it top of S tier, but, like... Dragon Charizard. Like, get the fucking Terra-type dragon out of the way. This is what a Dragon Charizard looks like. This is like, why isn't this thing marketed more?
Listen.
I don't understand.
As much as I don't like that Charizard got 2 mega forms, and how it doesn't even match up with really the motif the other ones are going for. It's like, oh, it's thing, but better.
Yeah.
But, like, nah, this is a free S tier. I don't want to put it at top of S tier because, like I said, didn't deserve it. But I feel like bottom of S tier. If I put it any lower, it would be a disservice to how cool it is. This is young me speaking.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm salty that he beat Greninja in the Kalos tournament, but like, you got to look at this. This is a temporary form. This isn't permanent. If this was like a permanent evolution in the line, I'd probably hate it a lot more. But this is supposed to be a powered up Super Saiyan form. You know, like this is supposed to be.
This is literally just a Pokemon that exists for fan service purposes. Like,
exactly,
for consistency,
yeah. And like it break.
Like for consistency, like I'm gonna cite the XY Evolutions one, which is like, it's the basic Kanto stuff again. Like they give all the Kanto starters new Mega cards and stuff, and they use Y because it fits better and aesthetically. But X exists for the sole purpose of pleasing fans, and I can live with that. I think it's great.
Definitely, and like. Again, just like it being dragon, you know, finally. It being dragon and looking the part, the flames coming out from its mouth and all that, it being blue.
Stole the black color from the shiny.
Cool. Oh, yeah, do not go for the shiny.
The shiny for Mega Charizard X looks terrible, but I think it's because they just wanted anything. I think if they should have done Mega Charizard X good, they should have given it the Charmander yellow.
Oh, yeah, that would have been really
that would have been
cool.
A nice little touch, I think. I think that would have been a nice touch. But why?
Right, Charizard Y.
Like I said, I feel like it is what I would consider probably the most natural evolution of Charizard. Like, I think G-Max does like, it's all thing where it's like, it's Charizard's next form. I think that's perfect for it. But I think if in terms of like, what do I think of when I think like If you had asked me in 2016 what Mega Charizard would look, was it 2016 or was it older? Oh God.
No, it's way older, way older.
I
A couple,
think
like
10
3 or
years
4 years
ago,
ago.
and it's like, oh frick. But yeah, it's
Oh God, old.
Mega Charizard Y. If you asked me before the game came out, that's probably what I said it would have looked like. I feel like it's kind of the same thing as Venusaur. Like Mega Venusaur, I feel like it falls into the same area. Like it's an improvement. I think you can
put them interchangeably between Gigantamax and normal.
Yeah, I feel like it's an improvement, but like in the same turn, the Mega Venusaur is an improvement. It's a little more bit of a complicated design, adds just a little flair that the basic design needed.
Definitely. All right, Gigantamax Blastoise.
It's kind of a mess. Like I get what they were going for. It's a fort. Okay, cool. But you barely ever see the back half of it in battle.
Yeah, it's like the Mega. I feel like the Mega gets its point across, and then you like see the Gigantamax one, and it's like, how the heck is he gonna aim with those cannons? That's what I'm wondering.
I get the whole thing is
like,
that
how is he aiming with them?
I think it's one of the few G-Max moves. Does it hit both opponents? I don't remember, because I think the whole thing was that like, oh, it fires off in every direction, which first of all would kill everyone in the stadium. Second of all, I don't think it's great. Like, I think it's. I feel like I could put it in D.
Yeah, I'm willing to put it in D. Not like Quackaville T,
it's
but, you know.
Worse than Delphox, but not better than. Well, I don't even want to say its name.
Well, Duck.
And then you have Mega Blastoise, which is like awesome.
Awesome. That's an A tier. I think that could be like right next to Blastoise.
This feels like a Pokemon that you'd make up when you're like a little kid, but like in a good way.
Yeah. I think I'm willing to put it right next to Blastoise.
I think I'm willing to put it higher. Because like it can actually properly hit its target.
Oh, that's
ignoring the fact that Water Pulse comes out of its mouth. But whatever.
Ignoring that. Did you do the terminal montage thing where like the Mega Blastoise thing? Yeah, that like made me laugh way too hard. He just intentionally did it.
All they had to do was make him lean forward. That's all you had to do.
That's all you had to do. If you didn't want to move the position, that's all you had to do.
Honestly, I feel they could have possibly made him on all fours with just the giant tank, but I feel like the little arm cannons also work. I think that's a good touch.
God, I just can't stop thinking about how he's like fucking like smugging. He's like smiling like an evil person as it just comes out of his fucking face.
People talk about, wow, some Pokemon got so downgraded when they moved to 3D. Dude, Mega Blastoise was like gimped out of the gate. Poor guy. He was like, "Hi guys, I'm new here," and was immediately shot in the leg. Shot in the mouth.
I think I'm gonna keep. I think I'm gonna keep Mega Blastoise here. I don't feel good about putting him above.
I think he fits because I don't want to fault him for the problems of Gen 6.
Yeah. All right, Mega Sceptile, I'm putting an S.
I don't know. Mega Sceptile is probably the Mega I'm the most mixed on. I don't really know where to put, because the thing is, I get what they're going for. Like, I see the line of thought, but I also don't know if I completely love it.
For me, it's like Mega Sceptile is just more Sceptile with a bigger
Sceptile too, yeah.
Bigger tail. It's just a bigger Sceptile, and it's more like, okay, sorry. Let me start over. So okay, it's just a more exaggerated Sceptile, to look more like fearsome and stronger, and like, I guess in that sense, if we're talking design, it's not doing anything too crazy, but like, I'm also just biased because the Kalos League and Sawyer put up a really good fight with this thing.
That I can agree with. That, I think they did him good. But also the idea of, like, launching the tree off the end of the tail was so weird. What was he cooking?
Yeah. It looks really... I hate his, like, animation, like, in-game. Like, he's just, like, pointing his ass at the opponent the entire time.
Yeah, I get why, but I also think they could have just slumped the tail around the other side. I don't know. It's a weird Pokemon. I feel like I could probably put in A tier, like next to Feraligatr.
I could do that.
I can't do S tier for it.
I could agree with that. I feel like it had to be A tier for the Sawyer bit at the very least.
At the very least, yeah. But now Swampert, oh god, what? Oh.
Okay, like I feel weird. I like this thing more than the normal Swampert.
I can see that because like the thing is like, how do I put this? It feels like maybe they went a little too all in on making him bulky. Like, I feel he almost looks like a bit of a weird version of it. Like, with Sceptile, it's like, okay, you make the tail bigger. Blaziken's like, oh, okay, you give him, like, superhero trails, and you make his, like, sort of head wings bigger. It's like for Swampert, you're like, I guess we gotta make the fins and the arms huge.
Yeah, and like I kind of like it. It's hard to explain. Like, and it's so dumb because I don't really like its animation in Oraz, but like this one bit in the Oraz Mega Special. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a special. It was like showing off the new Mega Evolutions. But this one like 3-second bit of him like swimming around, like and just seeing it in action, that kind of boosted it for me.
I think
I don't know why, but that did it for me. Just seeing it in action, how it like swims through the ocean.
I can see that, but I think in terms of Swampert, I think the one change they needed to do was had not have him be on like 2 legs holding up all the muscle mass. I think if they had it so he was like leaning forward like the fist hitting the ground, I think that would have worked great. Because like you'd say like, oh, earthquake or muddy water, he's like hitting the ground, pounding it up. But like, no, it's just he's kind of just standing there with these 2 massive arms.
I would kind of agree with you, but then I look at normal Swampert and I see he's kind of like doing the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly
you see
why.
his hands like, because like look at his hands like in the normal like the normal like artwork, like his hand, like his fingers, man, there's barely anything in those fingers.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying like have it like curled up in the fist on the ground, which is basically Donkey Kong pose, but still.
Which is why I'm saying like how it's barely carrying any weight to begin with.
I guess, but like I don't know, I feel it's just a little awkward, but I can see where you're coming from. I feel like it's almost the same sort of area when it comes to like Mega Sceptile. Maybe definitely better than Blastoise, I'd say.
Yeah, you know what? We could do that. We could do that. Mega or should I just...
I'd say Mega was better for Blastoise. Just regular Blastoise.
Okay, A tier then. Mega
Easy
Blaziken, S tier.
Easy S.
Okay, perfect.
I think it's an
we're not debating this. We're not debating this.
Also, speed boost. Speed boost.
Oh, yeah, speed boost. Protect speed boost. That was the strat. Because like back when I think they changed it in Sun and Moon, but the strat is like you didn't get your mega stats on the first turn until like after the first turn passed. So the strat was use protect on the first turn, and then after the first speed boost comes, you're unstoppable. You're faster than everything.
Pretty
in the game.
much. It's absurd, and I love him.
That was like the strat the entire time. That was the strat.
He's just unkillable.
Indeed, yeah. And like I know it's kind of more just exaggerated Blaziken, which is kind of what some of the megas end up being, but like it's like there wasn't much you could change. And like you said earlier, it's a superhero. Like it's just supposed to be really fast, its legs are powerful, and like I like that it has its leg like raised up at all times. Like he's just ready to move.
He's ready to
whenever.
kill you.
Definitely, 100%.
I find it so funny how we both basically agree on... We both completely disagree on what we think the absolute best starters are, but we both just come down to the conclusion of what the other one is, like the number 2 place.
Yeah.
We're like, yep, it's Blaziken. no competition here.
He's really solid. Okay. I know how you feel about this one.
It's unfair.
Actually, you know what?
He's awesome.
You say what you want to say.
He's awesome. It was unfair to the other stars, and I don't think he deserved it. Because I think they should have just made it a unanimous thing. But in terms of just cool factor already, I think it's willing to go with the other Greninja.
Yeah, no, I'm willing to put it like S tier, right, probably below the other Greninja.
I totally get it. The thing is, like, for the sheer factor of this thing existing and everything around to it, it's awesome. I feel like gameplay-wise, it just like Greninja falls really flat because it has like the weirdest activation method.
Oh yeah, gameplay wise for this one's weird because this is like anime only. Like gameplay wise, I can see why people would hate this.
The second
thing.
they retcon this sucker into actually being a Mega Evolution, he's going above Greninja regularly. Like his activation method is so weird.
It is really weird. I have to agree. No, but like the thing is that like the Pokemon anime, like this is a bit of a story, but like the Pokemon anime has never been that crazy. Like if you've seen literally any other anime. Yeah, hell, I would even say a rom-com. If you've seen literally any other anime, then you would know that, like, Pokemon anime has never been that great. Or, sorry, maybe that's the wrong word. It's never been, like, too overly ambitious,
It hasn't been a shonen until it was a shonen.
Exactly. Ash Greninja was the thing to bring shonen to this anime.
It is the thing that made the Pokemon anime, like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Dude, like Ash Greninja like single-handedly made the anime like something like, you know, serious, something like to get hyped over. Like, and I know there's been like many factors like that before. Like there's some stuff in the Sun and Moon anime, the Masters 8, but like to this day, Ash Greninja is probably one of the greatest things to have ever happened to the anime, giving us some of the greatest scenes of all time. some of the greatest fights of all time, some of the greatest interactions of all time, and just, oh my god, man. Like, I get it. Greninja, too much Greninja love, you know? But, like, form aside, what this Ash Greninja was able to accomplish gave us some of the greatest, like, peak Pokemon anime of all time.
Absolutely magical. Like, dude, 2016, like, if I recall correctly, it was, like, almost the end of elementary school, which means, like, you're at that phase where you're, like, conscious enough to really get into the stuff you're into, but it's not like,
exactly.
oh, I'm so mature.
Exactly.
But, like, it came at the exact time in my life where it was like, this is officially the coolest thing I've ever seen. This is it. This is it. We've hit peak. We hit peak.
No, I agree. Like, brain fart shit. Oh yeah, okay. 20th anniversary. This was also the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. This was the hype time. Sun and Moon also was being announced. That hype time of Pokemon was at an all-time high. Being a Pokemon fan in 2016, greatest thing ever.
Yep.
Ash Greninja was also helping that. Like, everything was like perfect 2016 Pokemon.
It all just kind of aligned to make like, wow, this is the best time to be a Pokemon fan. And it's like, now things are kind of like getting better and all from the trenches. But like,
yeah,
dude, 2016 was just an insane year. I'm praying the 30th anniversary is that good, man.
Dude, for real. If I could relive 2016, I would. Like, it was such a good time to be a Pokemon fan. And Ash Greninja's definitely one of the reasons why, for sure. And that's, I feel like for that alone, he needs to be up there, no matter how you feel about the form.
It's like entirely nostalgia, but I don't care.
Yeah,
I feel like
for sure.
Objectively, it could have been better. It could have been delivered better, but I don't care. It was just awesome.
I gotta agree. All
Last three
to go. Gigantamax Galar starters. Rillaboom.
Direct improvement. Like I feel like it's a direct improvement enough to put it on the same level as Gigantamax Charizard, because I freaking love G-Max Rillaboom. I think it was like what Rillaboom should have been, just done perfect. It was the exact little evolution it needed, and if it was in the base game and you were allowed to have a G-Max Rillaboom when fighting like Leon or something, I think that would have been perfect.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's
messed up.
It's interesting. Like, this is the type of thing that would only work with the Gigantamax. I definitely got to say that. Like, if this was on its own, it'd be a little weird. But like for a giant like guitar, for a giant drum player, yeah.
Honestly, if I ever go back and decide to replay Sword sometime, I'm literally gonna have the run be, because you can do Isle of Armor at any time. The plan is basically gonna be go until my starter evolves and do the entire Isle of Armor, and then go move on once I have my G-Max. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. You would have to, like, trade it probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, though, up to the max soup, I think. Because once you get the max soup, you can just kind of leave it alone, and you can leave Cubfu in a box.
Oh, true. You're right. Okay. All right, next one. Cinderace. I'm going to be real. I think this thing is stupid. What do you think?
I get what they were going for. I don't have anything else to add. I get what they were going for.
Sorry, what'd you say?
That's it. I get what they were going for. That's it. Nothing else to add there.
It's no tier, just that's it.
It functions. I think the ear thing is cool, and I don't know. That's it.
Okay. Where the heck do we put this thing?
I feel like it's basically the same tier as Cinderace. That's it. It's just Cinderace but big. That's it.
Just big Cinderace. It's so weird because, like, and we'll get to Inteleon in a second before y'all call us hypocrites, but it's like literally just a slightly bigger Inteleon, slightly bigger Cinderace with bigger ears on a giant fireball. Like, that sounds cool in concept, but like, I don't know. I don't like how he's just standing there like that. I guess.
I mean, the thing is,
it exists,
it's just kind of all right. Like, you could see exactly what they were going for. It just wasn't there.
Got to agree. All right, let's talk about the actual cool one. Probably the best Gigantamax starter, if we're being real here.
Out of the starters, I mean, I still wouldn't say it's better than Zard in terms of...
No, I would agree with you. I'm just saying for, like, Gigantamax forms, if we're, like, not counting just the starter, I think Inteleon with the sniper is the funniest one.
It's easily the funniest, and I love the idea of it being like the sniper. Like, I just sent a TCG card in chat how he's like in the wild area.
I see it now.
Yeah, it's like the thing is that like the alt art makes it look sick, but the thing is in game it's just like a giant stick.
It's a giant fucking.
And
stick.
he's at the top there. He sure is. Like
It's also crazy how this thing's tail. Like that's such a cool way to do it.
it's like, but you also think about how practical this thing is for combat, and like realistically, if you just grab a kitchen knife, you can probably just saw off the tip and you fall down like a tree.
Oh my god, you're right. How does this thing? God, how does this G-Max work? What the hell?
It's like, I feel like it's kind of the same area as Cinderace. It's like, I feel like it's an improvement on Inteleon, but only because funny factor. That's pretty much it.
Goodness, how would I'm like, no wonder they didn't want to put this thing in the anime, because then that's gonna like raise so many questions.
Yeah, it's one of those Pokemon where it's like you aren't supposed to think about it. It's just supposed to be funny. Watch and learn, buddy. Watch and learn.
Watch and learn. I feel like this is definitely like, if they did put it in the anime, he would probably be like a really fast like quick scoper.
Yeah, I feel like it's, it's one of those Pokemon.
That's funny now.
It's just one of those Pokemon. It's like, you don't think about it. It's funny. Move along.
That's stuck in my head now. Inteleon the quick scoper. He's a Call of Duty quick scoper.
Honestly, I think it'd be funnier if they just gave regular Inteleon like a giant sniper. That would have been funnier.
Oh yeah, just a real ass sniper. Someone did a mod of that.
Oh my god, really?
Give him like a real sniper rifle.
that's terrific.
Okay, where do we put this
I'm
thing?
thinking it's just like about. I mean, I'd probably consider it higher than G-Max Cinderace, but that's about it.
Yeah, I was like, this thing's got to be B tier. It's funny. It's really funny.
It goes up for funny. That's it. It goes up for being funny
and also
and creative.
like, yeah, I also use this thing with my thumbnail for my like initial reaction to the update or whatever, and that like video got gassed up, so I'm kind of a little biased.
True.
so B tier.
Listen, part of the reason I love Quagsire is specifically because it, like, you know, that video, the meme one, blew up and it eventually led to me making great friends and all. But like,
Ooh.
listen, funny factor and then views factor, you at least get moved up a tier.
Exactly.
At least
exactly. If you have a personal connection, yeah.
But I think that's it. We aren't doing any more of the Final Evo stuff, yeah?
Yeah, I'm like looking at this list. I'm making sure if I'm like 100% satisfied.
Like, I could probably move around a few, honestly. I could probably move Skeledirge over Blastoise. But, like, I don't know. I feel like what we have here is a solid enough thing we can agree on.
I think it's really solid. I don't see many people like getting angry over it either. I think it's solid.
Honestly, the only thing like I would probably change on the immediate is moving Chestnut over Sceptile. That's the only thing I would like extra.
Again, I feel bad for Chestnut. Like I see why you like him. He just literally doesn't have anything.
Yeah, I know, right? Literally, I think it's one of those Pokemon where it's like it just wasn't given a proper chance. Just one little nudge, just a little push, buddy. Come on, just a little push.
One more push.
The thing is, a lot of people are like, Quilladin sucks or whatever. Like, but in the Pokemon Go art for I think it was winter last year, they had him like rolling around on a snowball, like it was like freaking I forget the name right now, but it's like kind of like G-Max Cinderace, like on top of the snowball. And it's like, wow, that's adorable. How could you hate this guy? It's just like.
We'll get to Quilladin when we get to Quilladin.
And a year from now.
Yeah, we gotta take a break from tier list. Oh my god. All right. Anyway,
that's it for this funny
actually, no,
little
you do it. You're the host. You gotta say goodbye.
Yep, that's it for this funny little episode where we did some funny little things. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like and subscribe, of course, and make sure to follow Wooper Watch on Twitter because that's usually where we give updates about the next podcast. And also, make sure to check out our own individual social medias. All of that's in the description. It's just a little scroll down. It's not too hard, guys. Please.
Come on, you guys.
We
can
passed
do
50
that.
subscribers.
For those of you who are watching on YouTube,
thank you for that, obviously. And the support on this has been insane. Like, views are almost at 100 for each episode, and we're over before YouTube decided to cut the numbers in half. But still.
Ooh. But still, yeah. Also, I want to quickly say, because I know like people have been begging me on my Discord, Spotify is being worked on. I literally have not had any time. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm getting it set up. I will say, though, because I know some of you do want news, and this is probably going to sound like really weird for those of you who are listening on Spotify, but for those of you who are listening on Spotify, just know that when this thing did get uploaded to Spotify, it would probably be of 2023.
Yep.
So I will say that.
The plan is either really late December or 2023. That's that.
Yeah.
That's it.
I will say that.
Sometime within the next month or so. Month or two.
Yep, that sounds about right.
I promise we'll get it out eventually, but regardless, that's the end for today. Hope you all had a lovely Wooper Wednesday, and hey, if you disagree with us or agree with us, tell us in the comments. Want to hear what you think. Trust me, we love the big essay comments. Keep them coming.
Yeah, no, Stripe the Squid, thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Stripe.
it,
Very
homie.
cool. Your comments have made me laugh expeditiously. I'm trying to remember just one little bit. I remember writing it down somewhere. What was the one line? Or if you watch SAO, I'll burn down your house is probably the funniest thing I've ever read in a comment section. I don't know why. It made me just
Okay.
laugh.
Well, okay. I wasn't interested to begin with, but you know what? All right, I won't watch it.
Let's proceed, but we're dragging on too long. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a lovely Wooper Wednesday. Goodbye.